everybody! Welcome to Punk's Not Dead, a Cyberpunk Red actual play live on Twitch television on the Shadowcasters Network. How's it going?
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I was trying to be Mirth.
Oh, yeah, serious.
I am excited.
One of these days, I'll get a fake guitar, and I'll just have it.
Hey, man.
Or
One of
like
these
a
days,
ukulele.
I'll
The rock star.
have all of my stuff ready before the stream starts. How is everybody today?
I am great, Trav. How are you?
Good.
I'm doing so. And a second episode.
I'm doing.
So yeah, we got a second episode of Cyberpunk Red, and we're making some changes this episode. Just so you guys know. Yeah, because Trav, as the GM, should know more about the world, but I do struggle with some of it sometimes. So I figure implementing some of the audience interaction from Join the Anarchy might both help me and also be a bit more fun for you. Also, I just miss our chat being ridiculous. Though you do,
They will deliver.
Manage,
They will deliver now that you've said
you do manage to keep that up even without specific participation. But yeah, I'll probably ask you guys about stuff. It won't have as big of an impact on you as JTA would, because we don't have like a raffle or anything, but I'll love you. And also, yeah, so just if you want to, I'll also let you guys know if you want to, like, I don't know, role play some crowds in the background or something, you know, just like that. So we're having a bit more audience participation, and also we have refined our stream boss mechanic for this game, whereas instead of each player having individual re-rolls for their for each time the stream boss is defeated, the players will have a pool that you can see on the overlay now that Oz has added. And the pool that players pull from is for all of them at the same time. It's no longer individual. So if one person pulls from it, they're pulling from their team's rerolls. Whereas I am a god, so I just get to have my own num 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 lightning. So, you know, that'll be fun. So we find that a little bit. Your monetary support, as well as just you being here, always matter to us. And they may keep them alive if I'm even good enough to kill them. But who even are they? So let me introduce you to our little cast here, starting with Scrim.
Hello, everyone. I'm Scrim, and I will be playing Mirth tonight, the undercover cop who is attempting to find out what happened to Vance. We don't 100% know who Vance is to Mirth quite yet, or why he got a mysterious message with a file titled Vance, but he is gonna do his damn best to find out.
Heck yeah, dude. Paige.
Hi, I'm Paige. I'm going to be playing Misfit, a rocker boy who actually is a rocker girl who goes on stage and sets things on fire, takes up, rises up against the government and bullshit in this world to bring back what Mother Gaia was.
Heck yeah, dog.
It's punk as fuck.
Yeah.
So damn
Gaia.
punk.
Yeah. And usually the forever DM, Oz.
Hello, everybody. I am playing Mars. I am a netrunner. I'm spunky and sassy, and I just recently met Mirth and Misfit, and we decrypted a file named Vance, and found out this huge records of bank transfers diagram connecting offshore accounts and shell accounts siphoned from Militech to Lyle Burke. So we're gonna be following up on some leads there.
Lyle Burke, the CFO of Militech.
Yes.
I like
Yes.
how, you know, the other two have a very serious reason for why they're hunting these people. And for Misfit, it's just like, can I get fame and rock and awesomeness and explosions?
That is
Yes.
totally a legitimate and serious
Fuck
reason.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Does it make me
Also-
cooler? Then yeah.
Exactly.
Also, we roped you in because of
Yeah.
Spider
Yeah.
from the
fucking
Arachnids
Spider.
gang. We need
Exactly.
to, you know her. We got to talk to her. So,
But before all of that, some other stuff ensued. I'll get to that in a second. First of all, my name's Trav. I'll be the GM, which means the god management. It's not what it means. I am an amateur voice actor, streamer, babyface man on a lot of different stuff, and this is my first time GMing Cyberpunk Red and first time playing it as well. So please forgive me if I do get some things wrong. I would love if you would to correct me on some things. If you are someone who knows about them, just please be nice or I will cry on you. And it will be very unpleasant for everybody involved.
we
love you,
taste
Trav.
of your tears.
You need to cry.
Thanks, man.
cry.
I love the taste of my tears too. It reminds me of... Never mind.
Yeah, stop.
What?
Please stop.
Hi. Welcome to the Shadowcasters Network. I think it's time for us to go ahead and get on in. So, yes, last time on Punk's Not Dead. Let me find some appropriate music here. Bam. So, we were introduced to the three characters, the first of which is a man nicknamed Mirth. His occupation being a Night City detective. Detective Jordan, as he had been called by his superior officer. Working as he normally would. I don't like this song. And in... there we go. It's tasty.
This is familiar.
Detective Jordan was sent an interesting file that was encrypted. Wasn't able to break into it. Not his expertise. Him being a very large man, and
Fingers are too big.
the fingers are too big.
The keyboard.
The file unable to be decrypted by him or the team at the IT team at the Night City Police Department, though they were able to find that the message was telling him to find Mars. And they were able to sort of figure out that Mars is a woman named Haley Bailey who lives around the downtown area, who is a bit of a snoopy hacker herself with her cousin Vera, living together, sort of. They got some information from a local bar, I believe, was what happened there. And as they were sort of, cutting back and forth with their quips, we're introduced to Mirth himself when he delivered a package, posing as a package delivery man, but then was labeled a stripper for all of time. Nobody
Tony
believes.
Pepperoni.
Yeah, Tony Pepperoni. His shirt is Tony.
Forgot that he has a shirt named Tiffany.
Yeah. Nobody believed he was a package delivery man, but everyone believed he was a stripper.
Mirth the Girth.
Mirth the Girth, that's right. A lot of nicknames. A lot of nicknames for this man. And if you don't know, Mirth is a sarcastic name because this man never smiles. But after an awkward exchange at the door, Mars did herself a little snooping of her own and found the file that had been sent to Mirth on his phone and decided to nab that, but not before catching his attention by asking who Vance is. Vance being an individual who is important to Mirth in some way. but was mentioned on the news a while back. We'll get more into that later on. But the package delivered happened to be 2 tickets to a metal show at a local dive bar for punks called the Red Haze, where Misfit and her band Toxic Rage were playing a set when Mirth and Mars went on a very awkward not date.
Totally a date.
Yeah, Mirth having never been in such a place, and Mars having been to these places all the time. Some hijinks ensued when Misfit and the band, comprised of there's a lot of names. Hendrix,
There's a lot of guys.
Hendrix, Lola, Phil, and Ted and Bill. All of which are they're just a bunch of misfits, though only one of them shares the name. Toxic Rage played a hell of a set. The crowd went wild, and they got oh god, what was it? Something Big Tits? Was it?
Yeah, Big
Jiggle
Tits.
Was
Big
it?
Tits.
What was it? No, it was like.
They called up
Oh yeah,
Was
they
it-
called Mirth
and
Big
and
Tits.
the
Yeah.
first
Was
thing
it
that came to
Big
mind-
Tits or was it
It
something
It was Big
else?
Tits.
It was
Big
Big
Tits?
Tits.
Yeah.
The first thing that came to
So,
mind was,
yeah.
let's see what you got, Big Tits.
Yeah, Big Tits. So everyone calls them Big Tits. But the show was fantastic. Everyone loved it. Maybe. I don't know how Mirth may or may not. But they were invited backstage to talk with Misfit and just hang out with the band. And they spilled the beans on some of the funny happenings and how Mars and Mirth met. And they all found out that they were all sort of connected in an awkward sideways sort of way. A name coming up after the decryption of the file by Mars, who found that it was a sort of diagram created by someone connecting a bunch of transfers from banks, basically proof that Lyle Burke had been, what was the word?
Embezzling?
Embezzling. Yeah. What's up?
No, you're right. Sorry. Bad.
Oh, bad. Okay, I thought you were.
Yeah,
Yellow.
I know. That was.
I was like, did I say something you
No, I
didn't know
should
yet?
have done this. I should have done this.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Lyle Burke had been embezzling Militech, large transfers to a bunch of different banks. And Phil having some insight on one of those accounts that seemed to stick out because of the low amount of transactions heading into it. So, of course, with this information and the information that someone that Misfit used to know being connected to this, possibly, the gang did anything that anyone in this situation would do, and they went to go get some, what was it, vegan omelets?
Yeah.
Outlets.
Yeah.
Is Lola.
So they loaded up in the van and drove off, and that's where we left off last time. So you guys are in the van, heading towards whichever place has these vegan omelets that
Ask
Lola
chat.
brought up.
I was gonna say, you can ask chat for a restaurant name that
What's
serves
the-
Yeah,
vegan
chat.
omelets.
Yeah,
Is
sure.
there a cyberpunk, like a Night City version of a Denny's? There has to be.
There has to
Has to
be.
be.
There's a version of a Denny's everywhere, even if it's just Denny's.
On the forum.
The omelet
Emporium.
porum.
Omelet
Is
Porium.
it the omelet porium?
That does not roll off the tongue.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
Well, no, because you would just call it the egg porium.
Egg
Veg and
Porium.
bed. Veg and bed.
Veg and bag?
Vegan big.
Egg and bag?
I'm not sure how I should say that.
Vegan big. Vegan big.
Bag and bag. The
Bag and
omelet porium. Oh my gosh, you guys are goofy. Eggs are
Not
us.
eggs are us.
Alright.
Thank you.
Veg
Not
and
eggs are
veg.
us. Soy are us.
The four-horned triceratops. That is
That sounds
like going
awesome.
left field. I kind of like it. Well, while Chat figures out a name for this goofy restaurant, you guys arrive at the question mark, and Ted kind of parks the van. Franciscini's Cafe. Eggs and kegs. I like that.
I like eggs and kegs.
I like eggs and
All right,
kegs.
That's
thank you,
the one.
Mythosbusters. Eggs and Kegs is a restaurant that
Names,
their
you guys.
specialty
Yes.
is breakfast foods and booze.
Damn right.
So, the most punk thing ever, breakfast, food, and booze. So yeah, it's this. Yeah, they've got like the neon sign. It's downtown.
Can it be run by a guy who is basically Ron Swanson?
Yes.
Sure. Yeah.
Breakfast, food, and booze.
Wait, anyone know it's vegan?
Yeah, it's fine. He doesn't have to like his job. But also, you know, it's 2045. Get over it. Almost nothing is like real anymore. You know.
It's true.
It's almost nothing. But Ted parks it up. The neon sign of eggs and kegs is lit up. And it is sort of like a dinery. It's downtown, so it was a bit. It's in a bit of not disrepair, but it was, you know, around the vicinity of the war, so it's not in like pristine condition, but nothing really is. And when you guys drive, there's a lot of people walking. There's just constant activity in the streets as usual. It's not an empty place, that's for sure. If anything, the Corp War sort of got everybody up and out, whether it be not having transportation other than walking or what have you. There is a lot of people still here. So
there's a market for escapism, and it's 3 a.m, and people have munchies.
Exactly. So yeah, you guys park the van, and everyone starts filing out. The doors in the back open up as the band members start hopping out. Hendrix trying to snuff out some cig.
I think Mirth is he's added to his ridiculous outfit from last time, and he is wearing his armored jacket. So it's like it looks quite bulky, thick, made of leather.
Gotcha. So he looks like the road warrior.
So if I punch his arm playfully, will it hurt my hand?
It will, yes.
Okay. I was gonna punch his arm and be like, it's not that cold, but then I figured she would see the armor and then go,
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Watch
Mars
out.
has like a cut off, like midriff kind of leather jacket thrown on.
I should get my leather jacket.
Gotcha.
But she's not wearing. But she doesn't have her arms through the sleeves. She's just kind of like holding it.
She's wearing it like cape, sort of like cloak. Yeah. Is her jacket like a little bit too not like a little bit too big, just so it like actually is sort of like it like goes down past her arms? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then Hendrix is, you know, the band hasn't changed much of their outfits at all. I think Ted's changed a little bit now that he has 2 black eyes, but that's about all that's changed. He's got some bruises on his face, though it's not really a difference because he's always just he's the kind of guy that no matter when you see him, he has some sort of injury. So everyone hops out and starts filing into the eggs and begs, the eggs and kegs.
I like the suggestion in chat that sometimes the K light cuts out and it just turns into eggs and eggs.
Eggs and eggs. Yeah. Absolutely.
I thought this place was vegan.
Vegan eggs. You see the guy behind the counter with his big mustache. He said, "There's a special formula to create the most vegan of egg."
Okay, cool. I'll take 2.
Well,
have yourself a seat, and we'll see what we can do. That's my Nick Swanson. That's all I got. But yeah, you guys are able to find a table when you look for one. You just kind of, if you have to, you bring some chairs over and
corner booth for sure.
Big corner booth. Yeah, absolutely.
Can we have chat like role play people at this?
Sure.
At the eggs and kegs that are eating there.
Chat, feel free to cyberpunk it up. Play some NPCs in the background of the eggs and kegs, sometimes eggs and eggs diner. It's about, I don't know, what did we say? It was about like 7 I'll say it's about 7 p.m. now. I don't know what I said last time, but past Travis can.
I'm pretty sure it's like 2 in the morning now. 2 or 3 in the morning.
Is it 2 a.m.? Was it like super late?
Yeah.
It was a late
Yeah.
night
Well,
show,
I say it's 7. No, it's 2 a.m. is good. I like 2 a.m. especially because it's like the Denny scenario.
We had our concert that is now on fire at noon.
You should have gone to the good eggs and kegs. Hey, this is the only eggs and kegs.
One and only eggs and kegs.
Yeah, you guys.
The other one got shut down. The good one got shut down due to a health violation. So
actually, that is true. There was another eggs and kegs, and it did get shut down because it blew up about 20 years ago.
Because they were serving real eggs and not vegan.
Yeah. It was
20 years
real
ago.
soy eggs
Too
and not
soon.
soy vegan eggs.
People would have complained. People in the diner would have complained if they weren't,
Vaporized.
Vaporized. So this location is like the reason it's in sort of a repair is because it had to be rebuilt, and that's why the sign's not as up to par as it could be. But you guys get these menus. Then the menus are just all sorts of different different ways to eat eggs. Though it's made, they're all made to be vegan. And then it's basically like it's a 2-sided menu. One side is completely eggs, and the other side is completely alcohol. There's no little one that has like all the drinks. It's like a whole menu of all the alcohol because it's all they do.
Mars looks at the menu. She's like, where's the kids menu?
It sounds like a sticky note.
Are you gonna try and bring kids to the eggs and kegs?
I would make a terrible parent. Yeah.
Children don't belong here. You can't really give a kid an omelet out of vegan material. And
I like the way you think.
Yeah.
Mirth orders 2 Texas scrambles.
Mars gets a huevos ranchero.
Oh god, you guys are all fancy. Misfit orders a mushroom omelet, and as the alcohol beverage of choice is a sunny rum punch blast.
Punk.
Mirth also orders a bunch of coffee and is like,
oh my god, can it please be like, oh god, what is it called? It's just
Irish coffee?
Yeah, like coffee liqueur. I know it starts with a K and I can't.
Kahlua.
Oh, Kahlua? Yeah.
Kahlua, yeah.
Any coffee you do order here is alcoholic. It's called eggs and kegs. so you ask for coffee and he's like, all right. And he marks it down. Yeah. Yeah, everyone else orders some other stuff.
Whiskey in it.
Hendrix takes a long time. Hendrix looks at the menu and he's like, let me get takes a bit.
Mirth is starting to get a little bit antsy. And he says, so are we going to take a look into this bank?
On an empty stomach, please.
Plus, so we know the location of this bank, this local bank, right? That's like somewhere in the blast radius in the zone.
It's somewhere outside of the blast radius, yeah.
So just nearby.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, hacking a bank, I mean, I don't know how legit this place is. Probably not very, but I'd rather scope it out before we make any precise plans to go and hack a bank. But I'm actually really interested in finding out more about this spider lady.
Yeah, yeah, we should definitely know our target before we talk to them. I mean, our friend. I mean, you know, the term is debatable and interchangeable. Yeah. What do you call her, Misfit?
A bitch.
Sure.
I like that.
That's fair. Tell us a little bit more about this bitch.
I have to. Misfit adjusts in her chair. She's like this in the booth. She adjusts. She sits up. Well, what do you want to know about her? Just everything? A little bit? What? Her fashion style? What?
Anything relevant to her connection to? Does she have any connections to Militech that you know of?
Not that I know of. I know that she goes around getting jobs from randos and gets into sketchy business, but that's about it.
With that gang, her gang, like these Arachnids, these spider people, like they were like around the same area where when I have my notes say poser gang around this area, but I don't know what that means. And it's under, was it where where Vance Miller disappeared?
No, Vance Miller's location was never really confirmed. It's just the time of disappearance, which was around a year ago. The Arachnids are located. So they're located
around the
was
bank, right? Is that what it was?
It's all sort of downtown. The downtown is huge. And so it's all sort of like downtown. I would say the bank is sort of western, whereas the Arachnids are sort of like northeast. So they're like northwest and northeast, I should say. Okay. So like, yeah. So bank northwest, Arachnids northeast.
So why were they people of interest?
It was you guys had the discussion about human trafficking.
Yeah.
And Misfit brought up that Spider had talked about doing some of that stuff, and then
that was at the time that
right. You guys sort of found connections between the two.
It's a possible connection, even if it's just a coincidence, but at the end of the day it's a connection.
Well,
yeah, Misfit will continue. It's pretty much just jobs that she can get done easy. She doesn't care if it's good or bad.
Do you know specifically anyone who she was associating with before this started, before her request?
Other than me and my band?
Yeah, any specific person who would give her jobs?
Out of character Travis, would I know that?
I don't think Misfit would have cared too much. I think
Yeah.
Do you think that her sort of check of people who go in the band is like are you a corpy and are you not, or are you cool? Like,
yeah,
it's not really
that. Yeah.
It's not a very strenuous process, and like when people leave, they just sort of do their own shit. I don't think you would know anyone specifically, but you know that she hung out with the Arachnid, and that's where her name came from, at least, and like her sense of style. But it never came up because it never really caused trouble before that. And then when it did, you just booted her ass out. So
was there anything that was like, I don't know, say we were in the same room together and she got a phone call for someone and she said a name, or I overheard something or anything of that nature? I can make a memory test if needed.
Say that again? Sorry, I was distracted by chat, and I think Eric is quoting Pulp Fiction.
Is there anything, say that Spider and I were alone and say she got a phone call and she said a name in that phone call that would ring any bells, or even if it's just some company name or business name or some mobster name or something?
Sure.
Like I said, if not, fine. If so, I can make a memory check. If that's a thing.
I don't know. I don't think she would have
Really
like answered calls like that around.
Oh,
it's she's I would say the most you would get was that their booster gang just sort of like dick people over sometimes, but that's just sort of the way of the world with booster gangs around here. They're not exactly known for their generosity. I don't think you would have heard any specific names or gleaned any interesting details other than like you'd heard like activity of Arachnid if you looked into it, but it was mainly just them stealing people's money with their hacking and everything like that.
Yeah. So Misfit will start explaining, basically reiterating what Trev said, but she goes into somewhat detail of the gang itself, of how they just steal people's money, dick people over, not really give two shits about whatever. After the end of the day, like I said, she could have been with somebody that I didn't even know of, but I didn't really care at the time. I was too busy snogging her in the back truck, so.
Nice.
Maybe we would be able to find a lead at the place itself. Anyway, I think we're gonna have to talk to her regardless.
Well, you're gonna be getting into contact with their Arachnids then. Their whole gang. She is kind of one of them after her change and her fashion change.
So it seems to me we have two choices. We can either knock up a bank or we can knock up a booster gang. What do you think, Private Eye?
Well, I think probably the Arachnids are our best bet. We don't know anything about this bank, and we at least have a connection with the spider bitch lady.
Okay. All right.
The connection.
So after we're done eating these, like lifts up her fork and it just like runs off. We're done eating. Let's go ahead and head up their haunt, right?
Yeah, I'm
Their
down.
nest.
Down for knocking some heads around.
Mirth downs the last of his third coffee. Kind of blinks and says, "Yep, yep. It's about time for my run anyway."
Plus, a lot of these guys right now, they're probably drunk and messed up, so we should have a good advantage.
That can sometimes be a disadvantage.
Guns blazing, which I recommend. Guns blazing is always the best way to go, but
Yeah, I don't really do that. I'll be in the back. But I have lots of really great abilities, so don't count me out. Find me something I can jack into. Well, just find me something that I can jack into, and I will ruin everything. That's what I do.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Sounds good. Okay. Mirth stands up and like knocks over cutlery. All his like largeness.
He
like can't quite.
Itself.
Oh, sorry.
Her plate and she finishes what she's eating.
Yeah. Mars will drop down a couple of eddies for her huevos rancheros and finishes like downs her beer, her lager, and yeah. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. There's like Hendrix who's like eating a bunch, and then he's like kind of scooping it in his mouth, and like throws down a couple eddies, and then gets up and starts heading out. You guys.
The chat is about to rob this.
Yes. So these two have been These two have been reenacting. I'm pretty sure they've been reenacting the scene from Pulp Fiction this whole time. You guys leave and hit the van.
No, can we like have a practice fight in?
I mean, do you want to? I mean, all right. So I would like everybody to do would it be human perception? No,
Yeah.
maybe just perception. Perception because you would like to hear. Yeah. No, human perception because they're not exactly disguising their. I mean, they're hushed, but they're like sore thumbs.
They're having like a hushed discussion about robbing the place, so there's a lot of like side, looks. So
human perception to see if you really think that they're being serious about it or if they're just having a chat.
I got a 12.
I got a crit fail.
Human perception is empathy, right?
Yeah, if you hear one say honey bunny, let's do this, then yeah, you fucking hit the deck.
Got an 11.
4.
Okay. So wait, what is that? -4?
That's like
You got a crit fail.
Yeah, I got a crit fail.
Yeah, you got a 1.
Wow.
Some detective work. So okay, Mars, you got 11. So Mirth, you hear these people sort of like talking about like, oh yeah, you know, like what, like robbing the place, like, you know, like we'd make more money like stealing the secret egg formula than robbing 100 banks with a phone. And you're like, these guys are just bullshitting, whatever. It doesn't really cross your mind. Both Misfit and Mars are like, these people are gonna fucking do something.
We gotta go.
I like this place though.
Pretty sure it's about to go up in gunfire, so bye.
Can I spend a plot point even though plot points don't exist? Can I say that Ron Swanson he
So
like
I have, well, you can't. No, you can't.
I meant Tanner
Where's the story
Like,
go?
what do you do? There is no plot point. There is
plot point.
people. There are people talking. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Mirth is not paying attention at all, and he's very focused on what he wants to do next. He's not really interested in handling this little scuffle.
Misfit's gonna walk over to these people talking, and she'll just slide in the booth and sit next to them.
Oh,
and she kind of
Oh,
leaves.
Mars is looking for cover. She's looking for the nearest possible cover.
Misfit just goes, you know, if you are robbing a place, you normally don't talk about it at the place. You do it before. And I would like to, I'm not that strong, but I would like to take the person sitting next to me and smack their head on the table and stand up and...
Oh, that is nice!
I would like you to do a. Is it for the initiative, the reflex? Is it? What is it called?
I believe it's reflex.
Because you slide into their booth and then start talking to them. So let's see who reacts first, because that's a lot of you like sitting like getting right up in them and then talking. So
they're distracted.
What was the initiative thing? Well, they're not very distracted when you sit in their booth with them and start. You said like a full couple sentences. Like they have time to understand what's going on before, but what was it?
It's a 1d10 plus reflex.
I'm pretty sure it's reflex.
Yeah.
right?
What? So yeah,
Or is it
D10
dex?
plus reflex.
Yeah.
D10 plus reflex?
Yeah.
28.
Okay. Yeah.
My reflex is 10, so...
You finish your sentence, and the woman across from you, like her hand, she's like, what the fuck? And then like reaches down to her hip, but you're able to, the man next to you, you're able to try and slam his head into the...
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so do a...
Unarmed?
Yeah, do an unarmed. I would give you a plus... I'll give you a +1 since you rolled higher than them in the initiative.
Okay. I'm probably gonna re-roll, but let's see. Yeah, I'm re-rolling. Definitely re-rolling.
Taking from our pool of 4.
Yeah.
I believe though we did include the rule though, a little caveat that
Shut your
that
whore
crits
mouth.
can't be re-rolled. Crit fails or crit successes cannot be re-rolled.
Oh, well.
I think I have already broken that rule also.
Is that a thing?
Do we want to? We don't want to keep that. That's okay.
I want to retcon it. I don't like this rule.
Well,
It's fine.
you're biased. No, because I was trying to. There was something, but it's like it's. I think if it's if you roll again and you get another. Oh no, it was if you roll, and you want to re-roll, and then your re-roll is a crit fail, you have to keep.
Oh
the
yeah,
crit fail.
you have to.
I think
keep
that
it
was
before.
that was
Got
what
it.
we did.
Got it.
All right,
Okay,
I'm
I'm
keeping
cool
the
with that.
reroll.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right.
Yeah.
Reroll is used. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
Oh, sweet. So I just roll the same thing then.
Yeah.
Yep.
18.
18. Okay, yeah, you were able to grab this guy's head and slam it into the
Sweet. So my brawling
Into the tape.
damage.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll your
9.
9. Okay.
I'm rolling like shit.
Yeah, you you slam this guy's head into the table, and he's like, oh, fuck. And he's like leaning to the side, and then this chick next to you is like, what the fuck? And then it pulls a gun on you and
okay.
fires.
Yeah.
Oh damn! Oh damn!
Can I do some sick athletics to dodge this shit?
If you'd like to.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what's normally dodging?
So she would have to roll a 15 with her pistol. Or if you're not very confident in that, you can roll the reflex if you think you can roll higher than the 15.
I believe it'd be evasion.
Evasion. Sorry.
That's dexterity plus evasion.
I think I could. 1, 2.
There's a couple gentlemen in another booth. One of them has long hair, and one of them has an afro and is of a darker complexion, enjoying their eggs, and they're just sort of watching as this happens.
Yeah.
They have a briefcase in front of them.
I think so. I think I can do evasion. I'd like to dodge this because it's
Okay.
point blank. This is like I have to get higher than 15.
0 to 12 meters is all 15, so
I have to get higher than 15 though, right?
yeah.
Okay. 21. And
Well,
I
you
get to
have
roll
got a
again.
crit, so you can roll again.
15.
Sorry, I'm like
As you were fine.
brain. Okay. Yeah. She shoots, and you manage to get out of the way as the bullet hits the leather of the seat that's behind you. So let's see here. That was
Misfit hops up onto the seat itself, sits on the back of it, and just opens her legs. And this bullet goes like right in there, and she goes, "Wow, you suck at this."
Mars and Mirth. Could you both roll initiative as well?
Yes.
I should have had all of you do it.
Just reflex? Just out of reflex?
Yes. Yes.
So how did you have plus 20?
I think I did it wrong. Because you said D10 plus 10, and I did 10 plus 10 in my head. Do you want me to re-roll that?
Well, it's already done, but I didn't even really notice the plus 20.
I didn't either until I was like, I saw his face change, and I was like, wait a minute.
Nice. Do it again.
Crit.
There we go.
Oh, nice.
24.
Hell yeah. So 24 and 14. And then they were previously rolled. Okay, so that's oh my lord. I think it's like that. Okay. Okay, cool. All right.
Joe in chat reminds us that you can only dodge bullets if your reflex is 10, which both of
Exactly.
your reflexes happen to be 10.
Yes.
Here, this is your proof.
I did remind. I remembered that. Yeah, you had the 10. So I knew you could do it. But yes, chat. Yeah,
I'm the only one that cannot.
That's the thing. Only one that. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to get these things here with the stuff and the thing. You know.
Mm-hmm.
GMing is a wild ride. All right.
That's why I'll never do it again.
All right. So Mirth.
Okay.
It'll be your turn now.
All right. So I think I'm gonna go with suppressive fire.
Okay.
All right. So everyone within 25 meters out of cover in my line of sight must roll will plus concentration against my reflex plus marksmanship.
Will?
Okay. So the booth. So you guys were heading towards the door, right? Where were you when this went down?
I'm a little ways away from the booth. She sort of slipped back was kind of what I was imagining. And yeah. And so I see them pull out a gun, I hear the shots, and then I'm gonna take out my SMG.
Okay.
No, I have an assault rifle and start just like spraying bullets to get them.
So the way it is for you is there's the curvature of the booth they're in. Misfit is sitting in the curve closest to you with her back to you, but she like went down where the bullet hit. And then next to her is the guy, and then in front of her, so you can see the woman, but there is like a booth, and Misfit is there as well. I don't know if covering fire or suppressive fire affects.
It says everyone.
Yeah, I would think it would be.
So everyone that fails is forced to use their next move action to get into cover, is how it works.
Okay.
So you said I have to use concentration plus willpower?
Will plus concentration.
Will plus concentration.
Yeah.
With my already concentration is will plus 4. So is it seriously what I think it is? Because if so, I have 10 will. So if it's 10 plus my concentration, which would be 14.
14. Yeah,
So
these
I'd have
modifiers are
24.
high. It's great.
Yeah, they're really high. Yeah.
I don't have 24 on my my micro thing.
Your concentration is 14?
Yeah, my concentration is my will plus 4, and I have 10 will. So 14.
All right, so
Right,
plus 14.
so-
Yeah, you just gotta
so-
scroll over on the roll 20. It'll be a plus 14.
You just have to pick the 14. The 14,
Oh,
it'll roll a
'cause you were
d10 and
saying
add that to
10
the...
plus concentration. So I was like, wait, so is it 24 or 14?
No, it's 14.
14.
It's willpower plus
14.
concentration, and then you add the d10. So you just... That's the rolls for.
Okay, yeah, so you beat it. You don't have to dive for cover.
Okay.
Anyone who failed against my 18 does. And so basically, yeah, they probably all could find cover. And Mirth shouts what is he gonna say? Stop this right now! Nobody gets hurt.
Are you able to do like a thing? Is that a thing? I can decide if that's a thing, but I don't know if the ruling like if you can do a test with your dialogue to make them
Like intimidation.
like
Like
face down.
intimidation. Persuasion, maybe?
I don't know if the face down does something during combat, but
It's supposed to be on the first round, I think, or before it all goes down even, I think.
yeah. It all happened so quickly, though. I don't think face down
Yeah.
was. I didn't think face down was a.
No.
Yeah. So you shout at them to be smart about it.
Do you want me to roll anything for that?
Not this time around. I think it's a bit hectic for that. Mars.
Okay.
As I
Mars.
just imagine as Murph is just shooting at this thing. Misfit doesn't even move; she just sits there, and they're like, and bullets just miss her. Like,
Mars, having already been eyeing cover at this point, ducks into cover and just basically is starting to like go around the restaurant through the tables and the crowds that are getting up and dodging, like ducking under tables and stuff. And basically what I'm trying to do is I'm going to sneak my way around to the back so that I could potentially get myself a better angle next turn.
Okay.
Okay. Or at the very least, my goal is I want to go towards like the cash register /
like the front
general
desk
area in case I want to hack something. But otherwise, I have a good angle behind the people that I could maybe like wreak some havoc that way.
So so tell me what you're doing with your movement here.
I'm doing like a shuffle undercover, like going through tables, trying to make my way around the restaurant and around the situation. So I want to kind of call that like a stealth test, maybe.
Sure. Yeah. Try to be stealthy.
Okay, so with a 10 in dexterity and a 6 in stealth. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. It was 16.
That'd be 18?
It would be, but here, 23. You gotta roll it right.
23. I don't know.
That was pretty slick, us.
It can be 18, whatever. Up to you. I'm a proponent of rolling it right.
Yeah, they got a -1 on their perception test, so I guess I should roll 2 since there's only 2 of them. Yeah, no. So yeah, you're able to make it around without being seen by these two. They're a bit preoccupied. So you sneak and get into the position you want. I'm not going to worry too much about like specific movement for this because we don't have a map and we're streaming.
Basically, I just wanted to like give myself an advantage. I just want to give myself an advantage to like being able to go in and maybe tackle or shoot or something.
Yeah. Okay, so you get there. I would say that's just your movement. So if you still wanted to do an action, like a main action.
I mean, I figured because I was like kind of crawl shuffling, it would be like double my movement. Like I'm
okay. If that, all right. Yeah. We'll make that the
I'm
case.
setting myself up here.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Misfit.
Yes. I'd like to. Are these tables bolted to the floor?
No.
I'd like to kick this table into this lady's face.
Okay. Do a. Now, are you going for a headshot with the face?
I guess so.
Okay.
Might as
that's
well.
That's a minus. What was that? -4 or -6?
-6.
-6.
Actually, wait. What?
But I think that's only on ranged combat. Oh no, wait, no, you can do that with melee.
I technically range.
Yeah, you can. You can do it in melee.
So, I'm just gonna be rolling brawling again for this, right?
Right.
What would I?
Brawling, but -6.
I would say if you want to go for the headshot, go for -6. But also, since you're using the table as the projectile, add it another -1.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'd be rolling literally
-7.
+1. So I won't do a headshot.
Okay. Headshot with a table, it would be a bit difficult. I think.
I'll still take a -1 off my.
Well, yeah, like if you want to use the table at all, it'll be like a -1 because you're using the table as a projectile. But
then just don't aim for the head. Just
no. I won't.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm still taking the -1 because I'm using the table though.
Yeah.
So, because it's cool and I want to. Yeah. Okay. 14.
14.
I'm okay with that. I need to move this.
Oh yeah, that's right. Melee is. I was looking for I was like, why is there no table for melee combats? Because that's not how it works.
Yeah.
Okay. They don't have evasion. God, these guys suck. Actually.
You do have rerolls.
Ooh, actually. You kick this table into her, and it like shifts, and she is able to like dodge underneath it, so it like hits the back of her chair, and now she's underneath the table.
Oh shit!
And the guy on the side is like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm in the worst possible area.
Would you like to move? Yeah, you have another melee attack because you're in. Yeah, you have 2 melee attacks, and then you can move.
I didn't say that I took my one of my fake guitars. Damn it! I wanted to smack this guy in the head with my guitar.
I think it's probably in the van.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. I'd like to. I don't want to keep doing brawling because I'm not that good at it, but
just grab the table and smash it down on that bitch.
I guess so. I was just thinking of
like a sandwich press.
Oh yeah, okay, sure. If the table actually breaks that way. I was just thinking of because the guy's getting up at this point. Shit. Yeah,
he would be getting up at his turn, but.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, then I'll tackle the girl then.
Tackle so are you using the table to try and hit her, or are you just trying to like get under the table and actually like get at
I
her?
think I'll use the table again. 'Cause
Okay.
That's fun. That's another brawling. 10.
Are you comfortable with this level of success?
No, but I don't feel like I should use another reroll when I've already used one in this scene.
Okay. Yeah.
You don't have to be stingy.
Well, how many do we have?
We have 3
Sorry,
left.
Yeah, no, and plus failure is always good, so Misfit's not perfect.
Nice. You grab this table, like her side, like you kind of like get out from the booth a bit to pick up the table, and when you throw it back down, it just connects with seat. She's no longer like before. She was like under the table, like sort of like in the seat like that.
Yeah.
But then you connects with seat. But now you're standing up, and there's the table, and there's no her at the seat. You're not sure, like you're sure she's probably under the table somewhere, but you don't have an eye line on her right now.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll deal with the guy then.
Okay.
Move still.
You do have a move. I would say you would be able to get a few feet away, because it's like one of those awkward situations because no matter how tactically you try to get out of a booth, you still got to butt scoot
Yeah,
a
you
bit.
still got a butt scoot out.
So that's like you'd probably be able to get a few feet away.
Yeah, I think I'll
wanted.
just I'll get out of the booth and stand up and take a few steps back to at least get a better view of things.
Yeah. Yeah, you start taking a step back, and then you see the shiny gleam of a gun pointed at your shins, and she starts firing again.
Alright. Cool. Yeah, I'd like to, evade that shit.
All right,
That is just evasion, right?
if you'd like it to be.
Oh.
You can either roll, or you can let the 15
right.
be, if that's yeah, it's up to you.
I'd rather just roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20.
Nice.
All right, yeah, you are able to see this pistol just in time as a bullet starts careening at your legs. You kind of like do a scramble,
Dance a bit.
yeah. It's what it's like. It's kind of like that cartoony thing where you like shove your hip around over, and the bullet hits the wall, and like hits this little. There's another little neon sign. You're like. Right behind you is the front desk / bar where all the stools are, and there was a little neon sign by like where people's legs would be that says eggs and kegs, and then it hit the K, and now it says eggs and eggs.
Perfect.
Yeah, so you do that. You manage to get out of the way of her, but then the guy because they both had to take cover because of the suppressing fire, but you gave her cover with the table. And this guy though is like, fuck, so he also gets under this table, and then pulls out his gun, and you're the only one in his sideline right now, so he takes a shot at you as well.
All right.
You know what? I'm the GM. I'm gonna reroll.
19.
There's
Sorry.
your
All
reroll.
right. Yep. All right. 19. Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
Positive?
I'm
Okay.
positive.
Yeah,
100%.
because yeah, you're already in the process of moving as this guy pulls out his gun, and you're able to get out of the way of that one as well, as that one careens and hits. That one doesn't even hit the desk; it kind of just like flies off and hits like a wall somewhere. All of the bandmates are like, we didn't come strapped for this, and
Yeah,
they're like,
ready.
they're kind of like getting down. Ted's like, gonna fire up the van, and like gets out. And Bill's like, fuck's sake, Ted. And Phil's like, I don't have a gun. I don't have my gun. I don't have my gun. There's like, he like laid down a table, and he's like back up against it, like, I don't have my gun. And Hendrix is like, well, guess today's the day we die, huh? And they're all just this chaos. Like all the patrons are running out. Like everyone's kind of there, except for these two gentlemen with the briefcase are just sitting there, still eating their eggs and watching.
Friends.
The
Never seen
Deja
it.
vu.
you're up against, you're able to dodge these people's bullets, but then behind you, Misfit, you hear like a very familiar sound.
Oh.
Let me see if hold on, I haven't been using Sirenscape much. Stupid Sirenscape. Whatever. I'll deal with that later. You hear the sound of a gun behind you going.
Ooh.
And you're able to look behind you as Ted Bronson, the man with the mustache,
Yep.
who brought you guys the eggs, has a shotgun, and he's like, this used to be a nice establishment. And he shoots a shotgun under the table at the other two.
At least he's helping
Because-
me. I'm not.
Yeah. All right, hold on. I think I did some of my rolls wrong here. No, I didn't. All right. Yeah, he fires like a wild blast of a shotgun underneath this table, and it like hits some chairs, or it hits like the seats, and like some fluff kind of puffs out. You can't really tell if anything happened. It's just sort of like a mess, but they're still kind of moving around. He may or may not have hit them. Mirth.
So this is what Mirth wants to do. I want to find. So there's just two assailants. Yeah, that's the,
Yes. Yeah.
I want to find the smallest one, and basically just pick them up by the scruff of the neck and take their weapon.
Okay. They're both about the same size.
Okay.
They're underneath the table right now. There's a man and a woman. The woman's kind of moving more frantically than the man is. And he's got a pretty big boo-boo on his head from a table. So, whichever one But they're currently, there's like a table, like they're underneath a table right now, on the other side of a booth from you.
So the picture of absolute calm, Mirth stalks over to where this guy is, and he's gonna reach underneath and try to grab the man and like basically lift him up.
Okay.
I want to try to disarm him. I don't know if there's any specific
Grab.
rules for that.
It's grab is to grab and hold someone or take an object they're carrying. So you could do, I guess it would be two, because with melee, you can make two attacks.
So you could do two.
I
So you could do,
Okay.
One of your
Or it might
attacks, you
just
mean
be
to
one
pick him up.
action.
I'm gonna say that makes sense for it to be two, because it is close combat. Because I think you have to roll close combat anyway. So I'm gonna, because when you grab someone, you also can make an attack to choke them while you're grabbing them. So it would make sense to me if you could make an action to take the weapon out of their hands.
Take their weapon. Okay. So is this two brawling rolls? Is that what I'm?
could be-
Yes.
So yeah, the rules say it could be brawling or athletics. Your choice.
Okay, I'll do athletics because I've got an extra point in that. So that's
And
plus
same
13.
thing for the
Okay,
target. The target also does a brawling or athletics. Their choice.
Okay, so this first one's for the grab. Ooh, 16.
I don't have either. Are you
So
comfortable with
dexterity.
a 16?
Yeah, okay, I'll take a 16.
Okay, cool, because he crit failed.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you managed to grab this guy by his shirt, and he's like, ah! But he has the pistol in his hand still, and he's like trying to get his bearings of what just transpired.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll to disarm him.
Yeah.
18.
All right.
Keep that as well.
Man, rolling fantastic tonight. Yeah, you get the gun out of his hand.
Okay,
pretty
so this
pretty
is what
easily.
this looks like. So Mirth, just stomp. Does not look hurried, does not look stressed. He just stalks right over there, reaches under the table like he dropped his sandwich, grabs this guy by the collar and lifts him up off the ground.
Yeah.
And as the dude like frantically starts to try to take his pistol out to shoot him, he just takes a palm and like boom, smacks it off, and it goes skittering down on the ground.
Yeah. He the gun flutters to the ground, and the guy is just kind of left hanging in your grip.
I said stop.
I was gonna say, Misfit's watching this, just going, oh.
I like playing this guy.
I scuttle and I grab the gun and I point it at the girl, and I say, "Yeah, you heard him." But I'm not gonna fire. I guess I'm gonna. I don't know if I can do like a.
I think right now would be a face down.
Yeah. Do it. That'll be our first one.
Yeah. So this would be our first face down. So this is a cool roll.
Okay.
It's cool roll versus cool roll.
It's technically supposed to be before we all fight, but
sure,
to
but
avoid a fight. But I'm cool with this.
The fight started very quickly, and now it's kind of gotten to the point of like pointing. You guys are pointing guns at one another, and like it's sort of been like a slight calm. So I'd say face down works here. Also, I'm God.
These rules are not complete. It's the Jumpstart Kit. We can fill in holes where we wish. All right,
I am going
My cool is
to
8.
use
15.
I'm going to use one of my rerolls.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You point this gun at her, and you can see she's like doesn't really know what to do. She's looking around, so with face downs, you can either give up, or you just take a -2 against that person for the duration of combat. And so right now you have her. You have your gun pointed at her, and she's sort of unsure of what to do. She hasn't dropped her gun yet, but she's sort of frozen a bit, it seems. Misfit.
Okay.
I mean, I'd like just to wait. Can I assist in a face down?
No. That's unless it's like a group face down, like at the beginning of a fight, like all of you would have to face down with like I guess it's more of like an individual thing. Like I think if you all did a face down, it would be against like individuals of the group.
All right.
I believe.
So
I'm
like
not
if we were
100 up on that.
So like for example, if we do end up going to Spider's gang and everything like that, and we could do a group effort type of thing. Okay.
I believe. Yeah.
Is there anybody else other than these two that are?
No.
Okay.
No, everyone else left. Your band members are sort of scattered. You see like the headlights of the van pop on. But yeah, you number. All right, like you guys, the band, these two, and Ted Bronson are the only ones in here really. Oh, and the two guys still eating eggs.
Yeah, they're not doing anything. I'm gonna let them be. I just thought of something dumb. I'm not gonna do it. I was gonna take the briefcase that they had on the table and chuck it at the guy that Murph was holding, but I'm not gonna do it. No, I think I'm just gonna pull out my very large, heavy pistol and wait, I guess.
Okay. So yeah, you pull your gun. Are you aiming it at all, or do you just pull it out?
I pull it out, I hold it, and if you guys ever seen Hellboy, yeah, that's her pistol. So,
oh yeah, like the huge,
very heavy, huge revolver.
All right, yeah. So this woman under the table, like you guys all have your guns out and everything, and she's kind of petrified. But then in one motion, she's like Cyberpunk Kid! And like smacks the table and moves it off of her and immediately points the gun at Mirth and just fucking pops a couple off immediately. I'm gonna say that let's see, which hand are you holding this man in?
I'm holding him in my left hand.
Your dominant, or is he left hand?
Yeah,
okay.
Left hand. So I smacked with my dominant hand.
Right. Okay. If you would like to dodge, I'll give you a +1 because you technically have a human shield. Unless you're trying to not let this man get shot.
You know what? I think
It is a bit quick. So if you,
I think it's sort of like he wouldn't really think, he would think like put this between me and the bad thing.
Yeah,
He wouldn't be like, oh, this poor man. So I will take that +1, and this is a reflex roll.
if you would like, you can either let the 15 be, or you can do your reflex to try and get higher than 15.
I know you rolled a 15. I know that.
No. So 15 is the base defense for guns in the first range increment. And so if they roll a 15, they'll hit you. But since you have 10 in your reflex, you can roll instead to try and get higher than that.
Okay. Well,
so you can
odds
choose
are
either.
that I will. So
Okay.
I'll take the risk.
Are you comfortable with that risk?
You know what? I'll let it ride.
You'll let it ride?
Yeah, I feel like these coffee shop scrubs are not our main problem.
All right.
True.
So they crit.
Oh, damn it!
Yeah. So they rolled pretty well.
I couldn't have
that
gotten it anyway,
is-
probably.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, I think you could have, but
Okay.
it's it happened.
Odds were low.
I hate that I don't have my stuff ready.
Okay, so
your
go.
armor takes damage, and then the pistol, the heavy pistol. I had the fucking damage sheet for this, and it's just not here. right now.
I can find that for you. The
I
heavy
got-
pistol is what you
It's
used.
like
Heavy
yeah,
pistol?
it's 46,
3d6.
right?
3d6.
3d6. You sure it's not 4d6?
It's
That's for a
3d6.
very
Sure you
heavy
don't want to
pistol.
hit. Yeah, sure you don't want to get hit by a. All
All right, okay.
So that's
Very heavy pistols.
okay. So when damaging, there's the damage that gets inflicted. So your armor is what?
15.
Your armor is 15.
Yeah. I got a lot of armor.
That's a lot.
Jesus, yeah.
I got the good stuff.
So
This bullet hits you in the armor, and just hits you in the armor. Yeah.
How much damage
that's
did you
about that.
do?
It was 11.
Okay, so it's
No,
not
it doesn't. It doesn't go over your armor. You take no damage. Your armor takes no damage. You just So, taking the armored jacket to breakfast, sort of a good idea. It hits you. It hits you in the jacket, and doesn't do anything. But yeah, so she like shoots you like in the chest, and then you just don't react much other than like ah. And so she's like,
Yeah, he sort of like jerks back and then looks at her and says, "I said stop."
I'm getting a huge like Mr. X vibe from her.
Oh, you mean like Resident Evil 2, like yeah. X gon' give it to you what? But yeah, the guy in your hands is like, honey, what the fuck are you doing? Mirth.
Question real quick before
Yes.
So I know that we didn't actually take the action, but like I know I did a stare down or a whatever, a face down, but Misfit could have technically done a hold action where she could have potentially shot her gun on
I
this
didn't know if
turn
that
if
was-
she were.
I didn't know if that was a thing, so I didn't do it. I just
like I don't want to retcon it, but I just wanted to bring to attention that if
Yeah.
we
That's good to
ever
know.
feel like we don't know what to do, we can do a hold action so that we can.
Yeah, because
then we can fire.
I didn't know that was an actual thing in this game, so I didn't really say anything.
Okay.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take this guy that I've got by the scruff of the neck. I'm gonna throw him at the feet of Ron Johnson or whatever his name is.
Ted
John-
Bronson.
Jack Bronson.
Ted Bronson.
Ted Bronson. Ted Danson. So I'm gonna throw him at Ted's feet.
Okay.
And then would that count as a
you like to-
brawling?
I was gonna say, would you like to make that like throwing him to the ground be like a melee attack?
Yeah, I kind of want to give him a
Yeah.
bit of a stun,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna try to disarm
especially
the lady.
because you and Ted are separated by the front bar, so you'd be throwing him at the bar, basically. So, yeah.
Perfect. Like, I want him to land on top of the bar. That's my plan.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so this is brawling. Or
I just
athletics.
imagine,
Could I do
like,
athletics?
Ted is standing behind this
I think
bar,
it's brawling.
and what pisses him off is he has a picture of like bacon on the wall, and it just falls, and that's what pisses him off.
It's vegan bacon.
Vegan bacon.
All right,
Save the
you managed to hit, and yeah, you successfully chuck him at the bar. Feel free to do damage.
So my brawling damage is 46. But I don't want to like kill this guy.
I think if you're brawling, it's you knocking him out.
Okay.
That would make sense.
Then I'll roll.
You can, yeah. I'll say you could choose to knock him unconscious.
21 damage. I rolled 2 6s.
Ow.
4 to 5.
Nice.
So, do you remember when I said you could not kill him? No, I'm joking. Because like I was like, dude, what armor do these guys? Yeah, these guys have no armor at all. So they've just taken full damage. Well, no, sorry. This woman hasn't been hit at all. This dude has been jostled the fuck around. Yeah, you toss this guy, and he kind of makes like a sound as he hits
Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, he hits he like hits the desk and kind of like pops up, and then like he's just kind of sprawled across the desk, but he's knocked the fuck out. And yeah, Ted Bronson just has the shotgun over his shoulder, like looking at this guy, but then is like looking up at the other woman in here. Yeah, this guy's knocked out.
Yeah, okay. My next for my second brawling action, I'm gonna disarm her.
Okay.
Is my plan. So that's plus 12. Ah, my rolls are so bad.
Reroll it.
Do you feel comfortable?
I will take one of those rerolls this time.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Wow.
Better. Okay, I rolled
So,
a 15.
okay, question. So, ties go to the defendant, right? The defender? Like ties go to the defender, right? I think that's a thing.
I think that's right, but
Yes. Okay.
yeah,
that's
defender
what
wins in
would've-
a tie. Yes.
Right, yeah. So that would have happened if you had kept the 14, but you rolled one higher than her, so you smacked the gun out of her hand.
applause for convincing me to reroll.
You're welcome.
So Mirth takes this guy, and like he's throwing a Barbie, he takes this dude and just like over to the table, and then in sort of a fluid follow-up motion, just slams his fist down on her hand, and he's gonna knock it again towards Mars. The second gun.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, Mars.
I also pick up this gun and I like point Mexican standoff style, and I'm gonna use the hold action. If any of them do anything other than get the fuck up and leave, they're getting shot.
Okay. Would this be a... So instead of doing like a face... Because it wouldn't be a face down every time, but like doing an intimidate, the only thing that is
I
a
can do
face
that.
down, right?
Yeah, I could do that.
Like...
No,
yeah,
I could
so-
do
You could do.
Isn't the intimidation
Yeah, what's it called?
I think intimidation is a skill.
Well, here I'll go as far as to say,
Interrogation.
are you trying with your guns? Are you trying to are you trying to get her to not do anything, or are you kind of like, I hope you do something so I can shoot you?
Sorry, repeat that.
Are you when you're pointing the gun at her, are you trying to get her to not do anything, or are you hoping she does something so you can kill her?
I want her to
As Mars.
stand. Yes, I want her to stand down.
Okay, so do the intimidate check.
Okay, so it's not
Because that's legit. If Mars wanted to murder somebody, it's a legitimate question.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
I
yeah,
mean,
Do you have
not-
murderous intent?
Persuasion
Yeah.
is cool, by the way. It's cool plus your skill, so I have no idea
Yeah.
what intimidation would be.
Yeah, I don't see
But
a skill for
I would-
intimidate.
I would
I don't-
just do persuasion stuff, so
I
skill
think
plus
I
your
would.
skill.
Yeah, I would think it would be persuasion as well.
Yeah.
you're just trying to persuade her with a gun. And I'll say give yourself +2 since you have guns and she doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll stick with persuasion, and if I'm doing it wrong, chat, I apologize, but...
Let us know. So Mars goes, guys, really? Come on. This is, you're so done. You're more done than these eggs. 16.
Okay, are you comfortable with a 16?
Yes. Yes, I am.
All right. Yeah, you, yeah, she's like, you could tell she was kind of jumpy and like looking at Misfit's gun, but then she's like, looks between you two and she's like, "Ah!" And she like angrily like sits down in the booth and like crosses her arms. But yeah, she's
good, you're
doesn't seem to be doing
reasonable.
anything.
Ted's just trying to run a good establishment here. Leave him alone.
Yes. Well, it's not that much of a surprise, unfortunately, when it comes to this side of town, but I would think that a vegan establishment would have a bit more leniency with the way they treat people. I guess not for you two, huh?
They don't even hurt animals here.
Misfit just kind of.
Come on.
I get it. Lean like meat, but you're a vegan establishment. Yeah, I get it. That's cute. And she twirls her pistol and puts it back in their holster on her hip. So
She's been having more kegs than eggs.
The pun wasn't intentional, I assure you. Puns are a lower form of comedy that I would not stoop to.
I agree.
Many people.
I disagree.
All right,
That was good.
please get out.
Misfit,
I apologize for the crassness of my compatriot. We'll leave.
I appreciate the apology.
Misfit.
Puns are punk. You can't spell punk without pun.
Misfit leaves some eddies for Ted for the damage and for her food. So she
Emotional or physical?
physical and
Yeah.
it does a motion with her hand for her band to round up and go.
Mirth gives Ted a firm handshake. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, he like notices how firm the handshake is, and he kind of gives you like a like you can never see his mouth when it's closed. The mustache is too big, but you see like the mustache kind of go up into like a instead of it being completely down, it sort of neutrals out. Like he may be smiling. But a constant furrowed brow, and he's like, yeah. Yeah, he takes his custom carved wood shotgun. Puts it back down. The other two gentlemen who are eating, like, were kind of like mid-bite watching, and then they both just start eating their their eggs again. And yeah, you guys start. So you have this man is unconscious, and then she's conscious but not doing anything. What's your plan here?
Ted can take care of him.
I think I would check in with Ted, actually. Do you want me to get rid of these two? Or are you going to call the authorities?
Well, it depends on your definition of take care of. I'm not particularly into the idea of just executing a couple people who could be paying with hard time, but...
Oh, no. I mean, do you want us to get them out of here, or do you intend to call the proper channels?
I think I can handle Little Miss Honey Gun. It'll be fine. It wasn't Deadeye before, but it is now. It'll be fine.
Miss Honeygun.
Yeah.
What?
Honeygun. Yeah, her name is Honeygunny. Honeygunny and Cyberpumpkin.
Ah.
Yeah. They have names. Thank you, Eric and Marissa. Yeah.
Yeah,
Honeygunny
Mirth
and
will
Pumpkin.
nod to Mars and say, I think this fine gentleman might make use of those firearms to control the situation.
Okay. Hands him over.
Yeah,
No complaints.
he'll take them and he like sets them on the desk. And yeah, he's like, yeah, he reaches for his what is it called? What is the thing? It's not a phone. Agent. Thank you. I'm never. That's the one thing I've retained is Eddie's. I'm like, yeah. But yeah, he grabs his agent and makes the call, and Mirth's phone rings. No. My phone is connected directly to 911. But yeah, he starts making the call. Like, hello, I have a couple of delinquents here who shot up at the eggs and kegs. Oh, hey, Jerry, how's it going? He's like, yeah, getting in touch with people.
Mirth kind of nods in approval and then walks out.
Yeah, Lola. Lola like leans over to the woman that's pouting, and she's like, "Get ready for the clank, bitch."
I love Lola.
Mars, while she's walking by and like he's on the phone, whispers and says, "We're gonna get like coupons and stuff for this, right? Because I really like your establishment."
Vouchers for saving his goddamn establishment. Have some.
I've never made coupons before, but I'll heavily consider it now.
Even if you scrawl them on a napkin, just a discount, whatever. Also, thanks to Coop, who has become the stream boss, so PCs and GM get a reroll.
Hey!
Thank you.
So our pool's back up to 3.
Yep.
Cool.
Whoop. Thank you.
That's funny. I think we've all used the same amount of rerolls, like
Yeah, we
GM and
did.
players.
Yep.
So far.
All right, the combat is over, so we're gonna go back to some different music. Maybe this one. There we go. The calm after the storm. Yeah, so you leave these people to their devices. One of the gentlemen at the table, when you guys are heading out, says to the woman sitting there, "Have I ever told you about Ezekiel 25:17?" And then you guys, the door's closed. Yeah, you lit up in the van, and like Ted leans out and he's like, "Gotta be honest, got the van all started up, pretty quick, and have just kind of been sitting here awkwardly. Didn't really think that you guys would fight, but cool."
That's okay. You didn't miss much. It wasn't much of a fight.
Yeah,
They were untrained.
just untrained. Who trained you, by the way, Mr. Private Eye?
I've had various masters in various arts.
Of picking
Like what?
people up and chucking them around? I don't think that's, I don't think you put 2 and 2 together.
The
Like the part where you
streets.
slapped them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've had to I've had to disarm my fair share of aggressors. So
Yeah,
this work can get dangerous.
yeah. When you take pictures of a bloke when he's, banging a secretary, it kind of gets all weird, right? Yeah.
I don't usually get involved when that happens. I find they tend to get very angry if you do.
What else does a Private Eye do? He says to Bill when she gets in. She's like, I don't know. Look privately.
Misfit basically walks up and she pats the van, and she basically just looks up at the 2 and goes, "Actually, it was a good call that you started it. If authorities are coming here, we don't want to be here."
Yeah. And he leans back with his hand on the wheel. Yeah, everyone starts loading up again.
Yep.
Oh,
Let's roll.
let's roll. Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
no,
where are we
let's go
headed?
out.
We're headed to
Spiders gang.
The spider's
Arachnid
den.
territory. The
Do we
spider's web.
know?
So up north.
Do we know the address?
Do we?
1-800 I don't give fucks.
Yeah,
That's a phone number.
Yeah.
I've deleted that a long time ago. I don't have it anymore.
You don't have 1-800 don't give a fuck on your phone?
Oh, I meant like
You know, Spider's info.
actual number. Yeah.
When do we kind of know like where they're? Ooh, could I roll for
Territory is?
local expert?
You could.
See if I know. Okay.
Ooh, yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
Okay. It's not bad.
Oh, I do. I will also roll
16.
Yeah, I can try that.
I think
as well.
Mirth would have some
Ooh,
knowledge
that's a
of
crit.
yike.
Crit fail.
14.
Crit fail.
0.
Well,
Mars has never heard of this city.
Yeah.
This night city.
Yeah. Mars is like arachnids. That's like spiders, right?
Spiders.
that's like a beetle, right? They have
Yeah, sorry.
7
I
legs.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know dumb poser gangs.
Yeah.
So.
Why would you? Like they're literally
They're beneath
the
my notice, yeah.
Yeah, they're insignificant. I love that you critted on how much you lost from the crit fail. Same system is such a dick.
0.
Misfit, you're trying to remember, like, you know, like you've heard like where they operate, and like, you know, Spider, you know, headed that direction. You've seen Spider around, but you can't seem to remember the exact sort of like their hideout. Like, you know that they kind of mob around and do their thing, but you never really thought about like where they go and like sit. Mirth, on the other hand, these are people that you have investigated before. You kind of have to know, you know, what's going on here, and you know that they've repurposed a building downtown. Chat, what was the building originally before they repurposed it? Chat, if you'd like to give whatever the building used to be is now full of gangers. My thoughts is it was some sort of industrial place, someplace that's roomy enough and has a pretty good space, but currently it is referred to as the web. And yeah, you would know where the building is, so you could direct everybody to
Yeah. So
Zappo Shoe Factory?
are you gonna pick from chat there, Trav, or do you want me to?
Well,
The largest Toys R Us.
You know what? I'm seeing Toy Factory a lot.
Factory.
Oh yeah,
Burlington
I
Coat
think,
Factory.
Yeah, Burlington Coat Factory. Yeah, I think I'll choose since
right.
this is I do like it used to be a toy factory, just to make it even creepier.
Oh, that's so creepy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially with all, like, just allowing natural cobwebs to form. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
They I believe they tend to hole up at the old Millie Monka's factory.
Millie Monka.
Millie Monka's, yeah.
The toy factory?
Thanks, Marshawn.
It's a factory that makes miniature monks.
Miniature
Yeah.
factories.
Oh my God,
Millie
that's
Monka
genius.
S.
The toy factory. They make toy factories. It's called Millie Monka's. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Anyway, that's what it used to be, but now they call it the spiders. They call it the web, and
That's so
Toy Factory.
yeah, it's a little on the noise. Nose rather. And then I will give the address to Bill.
Ted is
Ted.
driving. Yeah.
Ted's driving.
Ted is the man. Bill is the woman.
Yeah.
And Trav, I'm gonna need a break in a sec here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I just fucking the toy factory, the shipping ships. But yeah, so you guys, he gets the address. He's like, oh, right, yeah. And he pulls out of the parking lot, and you guys head off for a bit of a drive. The downtown is pretty big. So yeah, you're heading towards the previous band member of Toxic Rage, Spider, at the booster gang hideout of the Arachnid called the Web. And that's where we'll take our break.
This is so badass.
Sweet.
Yeah. So, 10 minutes. We will be back. Everybody, make sure to stay hydrated. Get up and stretch if you need. Get a snack. Go to the bathroom. Do all your stuff. We'll be back in a little bit.
Stay hydrated, you beautiful, capable, but dehydrated bitch.
Hydrated. Stay hydrated, you dehydrated bitch.
Scrim, did you need 10 or 15 minutes?
I may be back a little bit late because I gotta put the munchkin to bed. So that usually takes me. Takes me about 20. So even 15 might be
15. Yeah.
50. Yeah. I'll do what I can.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Boom.
All right, see you guys.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Punk's Not Dead, the Cyberpunk Red actual play live on the Shadowcasters.Network on Twitch television.
Twitch.television, yeah.
Twitch.television. Welcome back. How was your break? Did you get hydrated? If not, leave and get hydrated right now.
Love yourself.
Love yourself, love your body. Love the new you.
Water is punk.
And even if you don't consider yourself punk, drink water.
Yeah.
All right. So, we have our crew heading off to check out a poser gang. Shadow my I kept calling them boosters. I think they're like they're a bit different. But
They're two separate things. Yeah.
A poser gang. Poser gang's hideout called the Web, owned by the poser gang, the Arachnid. After getting into a small pop culture tiff at a diner. Yeah, so quite a drive. It'll take about like 10 or 15 minutes to get from Eggs and Kegs to the Web.
All right.
Story
Blasting
of my
rock
life.
music on the way there, of course.
Oh yeah. No. Misfit wouldn't be that pretentious. I'm sure she's the type where she's like, I like my music, but I'd rather listen to like so-and-so's or someone else. It wouldn't be her own music.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be. But the point is, it's rack. We're rocking out.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, Joe, because we were talking about how in the 2077 gameplay demo, they do interface directly into someone's head. So we were wondering if that was a thing in previous editions or if that was a new function.
Yeah, to give context to people on YouTube, yeah, we're trying to ask if people can be networks, considered access points, basically, that I can jack into.
I would imagine if their brains were cyber, though. I was gonna intervene,
If
but
they have
but I wonder, can I access a network through a person? That's kind of where I was.
And my thought process was if it was a specific, it depends on the person and it depends on the network, sort of thing.
Right. Yeah, it makes sense to me. One thing before we get started is our stream boss is almost defeated. Every time that stream boss is defeated, you grant us and the GMs a reroll. So please to help, because those rerolls have been very helpful.
You think that was the thing in prior editions? All right. Yeah, just a thought. I might make it a thing because I've seen it and I like the idea of it, but if it isn't a thing in this edition, then know that I'm wrong, but I might do it anyway. So
that's fine.
You guys are in 2077. Yes, they have a special effect. I don't think you can access a network through a person unless they may have been connected to a network by another set of interface plugs. Right. That's my thought. If you connect to someone who has the connections when they had previously been connected to the network,
Sure.
that makes sense to me.
Noted.
So, yeah, you guys are driving, blasting some metal and rock, and other heavy genres of music.
Heavy jazz.
On your heavy jazz.
Heavy jazz. Oh, that would
Heavy
sound
Celine
great.
I've heard like, hey man, have you ever heard the metal cover of Careless Whisper? It's
Oh yeah, it's
pretty good.
Amazing.
Heavy bossa nova.
Heavy
Yeah.
bossa nova. Heavy jazz is a thing. I wouldn't be surprised.
It's awful. I'm not surprised.
Not surprised. But yeah, you guys are on your way. So if there's any preparations you'd like to make in the van before getting there, now's the time to do so.
Yeah, Mars is gonna say, all right, so when we get there, I need like just a moment to look for any access points, because that's where I'm gonna get the best advantage. So if it's really deep in the building, I might need you to cover for me. I mean, I have this, and she pulls out a gun and starts waving it around. It's a heavy pistol.
Mirth like stops her from waving it around and says, "Yes, you do have that." And he starts like laying out all in the back of the van, like laying out all his guns, deconstructing them, like cleaning different parts, like making sure all the clips are ready. They're all very precisely laid out.
Show off.
Just so you know, Mirth, it's called a magazine, not a clip. A clip is a very specific. I feel like he might be the one to correct people on that sometimes.
Yeah.
Though, with how,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
with how detailed. But so in like a pistol, like in like the thing that's referred to as a magazine, and a lot of gun people will get very snobby with you if you call it a clip.
Well, I'm thinking of my rifle. Would that be a magazine?
Yes.
It depends on
Clips
the type of
are more like old rifles that you stick.
Do you have an assault rifle?
I am not a gun
yeah,
person
then
myself. I just
Magazine.
know that
Okay.
usually the thing that you put
yeah.
in would be considered a magazine rather than a clip.
It's
A clip being like more built into the gun
Yeah,
rather than
clips are for
bolt
bolt
actions,
action.
right? Yeah. So like an old rifle that you would stick like the bullets directly in the gun rather than have like a thing that connects to it that holds them.
That's
right.
okay.
Yeah.
So then it would be magazine. Well,
Magazine.
Yes. I will tell you what I told my crew last night when they were analyzing my German. I don't know what I'm doing. So just assume that what I said was correct.
Yes, absolutely.
But yeah,
Yeah.
he's like laying out his loadout and going through everything like very methodically. Like he's clearly done this before.
I've been corrected by gun snobs a lot, so it's kind of like in my brain, like, yeah, I get it. So I'm just like, yeah.
Misfit's gonna speak up and look over at Murph and just go, "What kind of private eye has 1, 2, 3, 4 types of guns?"
A cool one.
I guess so. Like
One that
this
lives
place
in
is-
Night City.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's dangerous, but still.
I also do private security.
Oh.
Private eye security.
That was a joke.
So, what kind of security? Who have you securitized yet? Who have you
Confidential.
watched over? Oh, very
Wow.
formal.
He's like just
Now.
methodically getting his guns ready, not really just sort
Well,
of
cool.
one word
So
answers.
you can go up front.
Yep, sounds good.
Great.
Yeah, we'll let Deer Hunter here take care of it, and the rest of us will sit back and chill out. I think I might take a nap actually. It's pretty good vegan eggs,
Do we know what to expect with these people? Are they? I'm guessing they're not terribly welcoming to strangers.
Well, they are a gang.
Yeah, my guess is we're gonna have to blast our way past.
They're a hacking gang, right? Trev, other character,
their sort of motif is they do a lot of like cyber attacks on stuff, but that's not to say that's all they are. There's they do ride around and have the just like any netrunner, like they have the capacity to be viable in meat space. It's just they also have the forte to
they're well known.
Right.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Misfit will mention that. They're not really run in front of people like you do, Murph. They're more of a, cyber attacks are well known throughout them, but they're not afraid to pull out a pistol if they have to.
Everything that Misfit is telling you, Mirth, you've already studied before. But yeah, yeah, sort of like these are things that are well known about the gang.
And I think that Mirth would nod and finish up with his guns, and he says, "Don't mistake my preparedness for combat for an eagerness to get into a fight. Since we're just looking for information, they may be happy to provide it if we have something in exchange, and that could make things go a little bit smoother. Is there anything that we might have that would interest them?"
Yes, but she's not getting it.
But
Oh,
you
mean
could
sex.
say...
I don't mean sex.
Oh.
She wants my guitar. It's 100% real. That's why I swap out guitars before I smash something.
Okay.
Okay, so you could just say that you want to talk to her, and we just get led right up to the leader. Yeah? Is that a
Probably
possibility?
not. I guess so. Depends on how you word things. She's gonna be suspicious either way. We kind of ended off our little relationship pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not thinking we're gonna go up there and, kumbaya our way to an answer, but at the very least, they could make it more expedient.
We can go that route.
It's definitely worth the first try. If we need force, that should be the last resort.
Okay.
You're teaming up with the wrong sort of people, in my opinion, but I will try to keep my Molotovs at bay.
Yeah, there's a little compartment between the front two seats that Bill was like digging through, and she like pulls out like a micro SMG, and is like digging around and like looking at like basically like a small stash of guns they have, but is like just checking that they're there. But you see her like pulling guns out of like a compartment, and then like putting them back in and kind of sorting them around.
Okay, keep the van safe.
Oh, it's armored, baby. Gotta keep everything in here perfectly pristine. You lose amplifiers, it's a bitch to find them in the wild.
Yeah, I imagine. It doesn't come cheap. I feel the same way about Cyberdecks. So
I bet.
I show my Kendachi, and I'm like, this baby is gonna get me through everything. Assuming I don't get shot and killed in the process, that would be avoidable. If that could be avoided, be great.
Maybe we could get you to pull some info for us before we go charging in. That you were mentioning that earlier. Yes, Mars?
I mean, I have to generally sort of be in a vicinity. Let me see. In an area. Yeah. The closer I am, the better. So honestly, just pull up, start a conversation, and I'll be doing my thing. And then at some point, I'll join you guys.
Should give
Sounds
us a
good.
signal. We can stall as long as we can, and then, once you get what you need.
Might not be the best idea, just putting my word out there, but like Spider don't like Misfit too much, and might be harder to stall when it's just saying. It's a bit
I don't need that much time.
You could, Murph, go up there alone, and I could try sneaking in, and you could make up some sort of thing that you are a mercenary and you're turning me over to her because you knew that they would pay you for it.
Use you as leverage while you sneak in?
Might as well. Just in case if shit actually hits the fan, I'll be there to back you up.
I mean, I can sneak in. if you want. I feel that if you're standing there as an offering, it's going to be a much faster way right in. If she doesn't like you, it's not like they're going to play keepsies outies. She's probably going to want to shoot you in the face herself.
Why would I put myself in that position then?
Because you've got this guy and me. I'm pretty useful.
Well, I could go up. I could say that I have access to you and I'm willing to negotiate and try to get in that way. I think they're less likely to believe me than if I go and you're with me right away. If I treat you as though you're in my custody, then perhaps then we would expedite the process.
If you have, like, I don't know, handcuffs or something, make it look real, and something that I could easily snap out of just in case, sure.
You feel the van starts to slow down a bit, and Ted says, wait, all right, so if you're going to try and go in all undercover, then I might not bring the van so close then. We're only about, I don't know, 2 minutes away, so depending on what you want to do, I'll have to put the van somewhere else, because she's going to see the van and know that it's us.
If you're willing to do it, Misfit, it may be our best bet.
Sure. Might as well.
Sweet.
Right. And he takes you, they find like a nice alleyway. At this point, it's like, it's about like 3 a.m. The streets are pretty dark with, some light here and there. And it's a bit cloudy, so the moon's not giving too much, but the street lights are there. But he tucks into an alleyway, and like basically stops it right as like the back of the van becomes parallel with the wall of the building that the alley is being created by, and says, all right, well, we'll stick here, and it's about 2 blocks that way, and if you need anything, obviously we've got our agent here, so
cool, thanks. Rolls the door open and hops out.
Mirth will follow. And as we're walking towards there, when we get close to a reasonably close distance, he pulls out a pair of handcuffs.
Yeah.
Before Misfit gets out, when everyone's piling out, Bill kind of grabs your arm and says, "Hey, love, if anything gets hairy in there, you just come straight out and we can bugger off without these two if it gets real bad, yeah?"
Understood. I know how this works. You group stay safe, all right? And she'll hop out and grab a fake guitar on the way and sling it around her shoulder.
Hey, you two better not be talking about ditching us. That's really rude.
Lola's like, we just fucking met you.
So we're awesome. If it wasn't for us, you would have been stuck up in eggs and kegs. So, show some gratitude.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming with us and eating eggs. Whatever.
You're welcome.
She closes the back of the van.
Mars eye rolls and lands on Mirth's face
Some people aren't trustworthy.
Some people are just annoying.
You guys
Agreed.
are walking away, and the van's lights turn off, and the engine comes to a stop, and they're stationary now. But yeah, you guys get to a point, and Mirth pulls out the handcuffs.
Yeah. As Misfit's walking closer, she was like, I hope you guys think I'm trustworthy with cuffing me.
Well, if you're willing to subject yourself to this, then clearly you've committed.
Yeah, I think the trustworthy scale slides way more in your direction.
Oh, my family's all right. They just, you know, we're close. This isn't our first rodeo, and back there at Eggs and Kegs wasn't our first confrontation with assholes.
It looked
And she
it.
sticks
That
out
was
her
pretty cool
hands.
with the table.
Thank you. I thought so too. I saw it once in an old movie. It looked really cool. Always wanted to do it.
Quick tactical thinking. Good work.
I think that's how that movie went.
So Mirth kind of as he clicks the handcuffs into place will show Misfit like a little latch. Like he doesn't latch them closed.
Yeah,
He just sort of
like
like
a
click
wing.
click and then
Are
shows
they-
her kind of like a thing she can thumb to open it
Are
up.
they in front or are they behind?
Behind.
Okay.
Yeah. I kind
makes
of want to
sense.
conceal the fact that they're not really closed.
Yeah. She she wiggles her hips and then she kind of like sticks out her hip a bit. She goes, "You might want to disarm me." And then she's like wiggling her pistol that's on her hip.
Pistol. Okay. Mirth takes it and puts it in kind of a very obvious spot on his thigh, like an empty thigh holster, so that she would be able to grab it easily if needed.
Gotcha.
Okay. Mars is gonna look around. Be like, 1 second, and I'm gonna scan the area. So I do an interface. That is 7.
I keep checking to see if my cat wants out of the room by like doing this, and nope. And then I look back and she's just planted on my chair.
All right, so I got a 15. This is to find out the meat space location of systems in an area.
Okay, yeah. So you guys come up on this building, and the front outside is like a large sort of industrial building, and the entrance on this side of the street is sort of that's like a big metal door for where like vehicles could go in, and then next to it is just like a regular like service door, but it looks like this has been like repurposed. This is like the back end of the building, but this looks pretty front endy, with like there's this big sign that's that has like these sort of like a web design. It looks like a big like spider's web, and then like, you know how in Charlotte's Web when she spelled things out in the web, it says on it, it has like regular webbing, and then there's some that seem to be there, and then ever so often it'll like flicker with like neon blue light, and it says like Arachnid in it, but then when it disappears it's almost like invisible because it just blends into the web's design.
Nice.
And so it's on the front of this building here, and
then like can it change from Arachnid to another sign that says "Keep the fuck out"?
yeah. It's like Arachnid, fuck off.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Arachnid.
Yeah.
Arachnid. And so yeah, you guys get a good distance before you start doing your scanner, and you rolled a 15. So you find about 3. How do you know? Is there a specific radius for your scanner here? Because this is a rather large building.
I think the idea is that the better my check, the higher, the bigger the area.
Okay. I would say with this, you'd be able to find about 4 plug-in locations. There's one. It seems like kind of near on one of the inside walls. There's one which appears to be like higher up in the building, maybe on another floor. There's one clear on so you're facing it, and the left wall, there's one about like 100 feet down that way on the inside. And then there's another that seems to be actually in the floor. somewhere around the right side of the building. And so you were looking for, be able to find networks with this as well, right? This is to find, depending on the role.
The location of systems. So it could be hardwired system, basically anything that I can jack into to like start going down an elevator. Yeah.
So you'd find hardwired systems all around the place there.
And each system might do different things too. So like they might all be,
Right.
It would be the same thing. So, okay, so I've got an inside wall on the first floor, something on the second floor, 100 feet down as soon as we enter, down the left, and something in the floor to the right side of the building.
Right.
Okay. Interesting.
Haunted houses in the future are going to kick ass. Yeah, pretty much.
Cool.
Yeah, okay. So you're able to find a few of those locations. Would that not necessarily show you like
it would show me some information on them. Yeah, like in the example in the book it says that the netrunner finds out that it's a security drone or a security shack and a guard drone and a secretarial pool and stuff like that in wherever they were hacking. So I can find out some info.
These are weird because they seem out of place. There's one that's like a so this used to be a toy factory. There's one on the wall that is like a power box.
That's the one on the first floor?
That's the first floor one. There's one that's a power box. There's one that seems to be like a it would be like a snow globe, but it actually this globe has a it's shaped like a snow globe, but the inside of it isn't snow or Christmassy. It's like a hologram projector, and there's these things on the inside that sort of like shoot out this like projected image. It's just like a cute little knickknack sort of thing, and that's the one that's like way on the left.
Second floor. On the left. Okay.
No, on the left. Yeah, the second floor seems to be like an actual terminal.
Ooh, okay. Second floor is terminal, and then what's in the floor?
Yeah. That one actually is not. It doesn't have any sort of. It's weird. It's not. It's like you see that it's a big kind of a question mark. It's just in the floor. Sure. It doesn't have a specific like tag or anything like that.
Okay, sounds good. Okay. Well, I relay that information to the team, and basically, I don't know exactly what I want with the snow globe hologram projector, but it's the very first easiest thing I can access, unless you want to like run deeper and go for that power box.
The power box is the thing that's closest, and then the globe is the one that's far left.
Oh, I thought it was 100 feet down. Oh,
the globe is the 100 feet down. The power box is the one that's.
It's right there.
Yeah. It's like on the wall. So like the wall you're seeing that has the Arachnid logo, like the front of the building, it's on the inside wall of that one on the left.
Oh, nice.
And then there's on the left side of the building itself, 100 feet down, is the snow globe.
Got it. Okay. So yeah, I can shut off the power. Seems like maybe. But I probably won't be able to do that without, people shooting at us. So if things get hairy, I'll just run for that.
Sounds like a plan.
Okie doke.
All right. So you are wherever you want to be, have been approaching this building from. You guys are near it now. Like you see the front, you have the scan.
Okay. So Mirth turns to Mars and says, do you intend to hang back, or do you intend to try to stealth your way in?
I don't think it'll go well if I have to sneak my way around. So I'll go in we'll just work on this together, right? And, if we're lucky and we just get taken directly to Spider, great. If not, then, I'll just cover me.
All right, sounds good. Would you like to do the
What is that
talking or shall I?
shaking? Like out of
Yeah, I hear
character.
a
Like something
shaking
is
sound.
like.
Yeah, you're shaking too.
Sorry,
Aha!
it's me.
Aha! Okay.
Restless leg syndrome, I swear.
Understandable.
Anxiety.
Cool. All right. So I'll walk right alongside you.
And yeah, Mirth says, would you like to do the talking or shall I? I have 8 cool. two persuasion.
I have 8 cool and 2 persuasion, so I don't think it matters. We're even.
It's funny. I think the bait actually has the best speaking
Yeah.
skills among all of you.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah.
It's funny because even when
Alright.
we were making it, Travis was like, "You're definitely gonna get into face downs a lot," and
Yeah.
here we are where I can't do anything.
Happens.
Well, I mean, you would
yeah.
have a really good reputation with them, which would give you some.
Oh, yeah.
Well, actually, no, you would have a negative reputation. Never mind.
Would it be negative?
It depends. You might have a negative or a positive reputation, and that'll like be a modifier to your cool.
Yeah, the modifier to your cool. Yeah, so the negative would be people not liking you, and if you have a reputation for being a coward, that's just like a universal thing. Like that's always a negative. But yeah, the cool reputation is based on the person you're doing a face down with.
Yeah, probably a negative then. Not a lot of people like me, unless there's this one asshole in the group that's like
Maybe not
secretly
here.
like, oof,
Yeah.
her music. But yeah,
I mean, you can like someone's music without liking them as a person.
it's true. That's true.
I'm like that with most bands.
Same.
Okay. And I think just before we go in, Mirth says to Misfit, do you have any... What reason would we give them to believe that they would welcome having you back?
Well, it's not a welcome per se. It's more of,
Or value you, I suppose.
well,
Have they put out a request to bring you in, or...
no, but Spider does hate my guts after what I did, and not to mention there were other events where I tried getting their little team destroyed. So, you know, burn out.
Just say
the
we're looking for a
infestation.
deal. Just say, you know, you and I are looking for a deal, and we're bringing a peace offering.
All right. Okay. Sounds good. Shall we?
Yep.
And sorry if I hurt you, Misfit. And he like shoves her kind of forward and makes her stumble. And then approaches. Is there a door, or is it like it was like a garage
So
door? Yeah.
there's a big garage door, and then there's a service door next to it with like one of those like ramps that come like you like walk up the ramp, and then the door's there.
Mars, after you shove her, is like, ooh, method.
It's not my first time being bumped around. I've been in mosh pits before.
So Mirth kind of hangs onto the handcuffs and nods to Mars. Why don't you go knock?
Knock, knock.
Okay, so you approach the secret hideout, and you do knock knock.
Yes.
All right,
Yeah.
you do knock knock, and you don't hear anything. And there's kind of a very like it was more silent than it was before.
Are there cameras?
Outside, there's not like if you're looking specifically for like a stick that has a rectangle that has an eye that's peering at you right now, you're not finding anything.
So I think that Mirth sort of like pushes Misfit a little bit forward, a little closer to the door, and kind of looks up and sort of gestures towards her. Like if there's a camera, he wants to be like, look who we got.
And Mars like accentuates. She's like,
the little you know what, I was gonna make a joke about this, but I kind of love it. There's a bit on the door, like a circular bit that opens up, and this this kind of orb kind of like comes out that has a an arm connected to it, like it's mechanical. This thing comes out and like looks at you, and then like moves and looks at the other like someone else that like looks at, and then, yeah. It's one of those little things from Jabba's palace that's like yeah, it's like, it like looks at you a bit, and then like moves right into Misfit's face.
Gross.
And then like goes back in the hole and closes. And then there's another like 5 seconds that go by before the door opens up, and like it opens very slowly. And when it is opened, your view of the inside of the building is blocked by a very, very large man. This man he's pretty big. I would say he's a little bit larger. He's just like, whereas Mirth kind of has like exercise, like get fit sort of like cardio, and like he does lift, like he has like useful like muscle, like in shape muscle. This guy looks like he's like a bodybuilder, like, but it's like he has some mechanics, there's some implants kind of sticking out of him a bit, and he looks a bit fake. With how like with big, he's very big. He's got this giant like leather jacket on, and the lining of all of his clothes, all of his like dark black clothes, have these LED sort of lights across them that emit this like RGB. So instead of it just being blue, it like fades to like a deeper purple, and then rises up to a yellow, and then goes to a green. And this man looks like Danny Trejo ate Danny Trejo. And he's like staring at you, and he has this mustache, and he's like furrowing his brow, and he's looking around at you guys, and you hear someone from behind him go, "Hey, Tarantula, who is it?" And he like cocks his head, and he's like, "I don't know. Who is it?"
We're
Your new best friends. We come with a peace offering. Recognize her? Yeah, you do. When I talk to Spider, can we?
Why?
To make the offering. And to talk. We have business.
They want to talk to Spider. Which one?
yeah, I was gonna say the one with a 3 for an E.
Yeah.
This man sort of like turns a little bit, and so he stops blocking just a little bit, and if you kind of look to peer inside the inside of this place, it's kind of warehousey. There's a large open room, it seems, with stairs leading up to another floor, and the little bit that you can see in the time that he turns, it looks like the interior sort of has this black and RGB light that this guy's wearing, and you catch a couple of other people who kind of have like similar-ish attire to this guy, and he says, "They got Ivy," and they're like, and you see the small one kind of lean in. And he has like a gas mask on, and the two goggles of this gas mask kind of do like a camera zoom in where this thing, and they spin and they get smaller. And he's like, "Holy fuck!" Well, you hear him like, "What the fuck is that? Hey, they got Ivy!" And he's like, "Yeah, come on." And yeah, he turns. And then points to a container. It's kind of like it's like a bin on a table, and he says, "Put your weapons in that."
Yeah, Mirth nods and he'll comply. I think I have Rippers. Those are like Are those part of my cyberware, or are they like brass knuckles?
I think rippers
They're nails.
are like claws.
finger
Yeah.
claws.
Yes,
Okay.
those are
So I
claws.
still have those.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mars tosses her heavy pistol into the bin and says, "This better be There's better be there when I get back, Mister."
Mr. Tarantula.
I guess that's not a very Danny Trejo face. Danny Trejo face is more like. Yeah, he doesn't reply. He just stares at you. He gives you that like.
Mars stares
Excuse
back.
me. Yeah.
Sexual
And then
tension.
yeah, he like watches between you guys putting stuff away, and like yeah, and then there's the guy behind. He has this leather jacket that has like the spikes on the shoulders, like the little ones that come up and that have like the big three like on the shoulders. And as he watches you guys put your stuff in, he's like rubbing his hands, and his goggles keep zooming in to look at the thing you put in, and then look at your faces, and they zoom back in. And he's like, "So how did you guys come upon little Ivy here, huh?"
We went to a show.
You just walked into her show and took her?
I mean, more complicated than that, but yeah, the short story is we were at a show, and she got a little mouthy, so we figured we would bring her in. We could
Tarantula, you
use-
know these guys? And yeah, Tarantula's like, "Nope."
I don't know you either, but I want to get to know you. Do you work out?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so you put in your heavy pistol. What weapons do you still have on you? And if any?
No, I just have my cyber deck on me.
Okay.
I just
So
have
you
that
put in your
tucked
pistol.
that.
Mirth, you still have your claws.
Yeah. So my assault rifle's in there, and then whatever Misfit's weapon was the.
Okay, you
Heavy
put Misfit's
pistol.
weapon in there. Misfit, do you have anything? So you have the fake guitar.
I have the fake guitar, and then I have what are they called? Grip wire finger thing. Hold on.
Slice and dices.
Slice and dice, yeah. Which is embedded in my fingers.
That's yeah, it's like cyberware. Okay. All right, yeah. Tarantula sort of moves aside and like motions you to pass by. And then the one next to him, who you kind of hear people talk about. You hear him a little bit when he walks away. His name is Hobo. And yeah, he's sort of walking around, and he's like talking to people, and people are all sort of like sneering at you and going on. And there's just all of there's when you walk in, you clock about 10 people in this room. It's not a giant factory, but it's a sizable room, and they have there's furniture everywhere. It's like a lived-in place. They've turned this place into a sort of hideout, but then you see there's some of the conveyor, the conveyor belts on the side, and Mars, you see that there's the globe, among other things, are on the conveyor belt on the far left.
What does that look like? So that now that I'm actually seeing it, it has a little black base, and it's just a big dome on top of the black base. And from this distance, you can't see any specifics, but it looks like it's flickering with lights. But then it turns off, but then sometimes it flickers with lights and then turns off. But yeah, from this distance, you're on the other side of the building from it right now. But so the closest
and you
thing
only
that
know it was it's one of those things where you only knew it was there. You could only see it because you knew it was there.
Yeah. So the closest thing I would be, are we going up the stairs or no?
The stairs, the staircase, the beginning of the staircase is on the other side. Currently, you guys are just ushering in. This is the first thing as you're trying to take in the environment around you. There's a bunch of couches. There's some walls that were put up. They're like makeshift sort of cubicle sort of things just for privacy. Like they're trying to make a house within a building sort of thing. And so there's like different walls for different areas that they have here. It sort of looks like it kind of looks like a factory, like building a house. It's like a bunch of walls without a roof, and with barely anything in it. It's like that. It's like they're just sort of placed around. But yeah, they usher you in, and he's like, "You want to talk to Spider? You walk this way." And Tarantula starts leading you guys, and like all eyes are on you right now.
Easy enough.
All right.
All right, yeah. So you guys are led along the right wall, where you are. Can everyone just give me a perception test?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Why
Human
not?
or-
See what you get. No, just regular perception. Yeah.
All right.
Intelligence +4. 11.
17 for me.
20.
Nice.
13.
Okay, Mirth, you are able to clock a mounted machine gun,
Okay.
sort of on one of the top balconies. It has like a big tripod, and it's one that someone goes and grabs and uses. It's just this big ugly hunk of metal. It doesn't look like 100% tip-top shape, and it has on each of the it sort of has like a minigun sort of thing going on with the barrel, where it's a bunch of barrels that spin, and all of the barrels are LED tubing.
That's sweet.
So like the barrel like flickers, and everyone sort of notices it once some jackass grabs it and starts whirring it up, just to kind of like you kind of like notice that he's whirring it up, and everyone sort of just kind of looks up at him, and it's just this scrawny little guy like like just trying to make you guys angry. Yeah. But as this thing is spinning, the lights just kind of go crazy, like changing colors and everything.
Is it one of those LED things? You know those like toy fans?
When they move and they make a shape.
They make an image. Is it like that?
Yeah. No, it's really messy. It's it's just a blur of color. Like it was one of those things where it's like, yeah, you could do it, but should you have?
Yeah. It's like Nick Morgan says, it only fires seizures.
Yeah, it only fires seizures. Yeah, which are more deadly than you would think. So there's this strobe light minigun up here, but that's about all you really notice. Misfit, you do see that there are like these guys walking around have like big pistols on them. Most of them do. Then each of you kind of clock some people who are plugged into something and like laying back in a chair. And as you're maneuvering around, you like the initial like 10 people you could see, because everyone's sort of like moved out to see what's going on, and so you've seen most of the people here. At most there may be like 12. You didn't miss much, but that's like on the bottom here, but this seems like the main room. But Mr. Ross, other than that, you notice that they all have heavy pistols, and each of them have some of them have some very obvious cyber arms, just complete arms and limbs, but they all have like sort of standard implants, some people more than others. So the personnel here seem to be living on the edge. But Mars, you notice that there are these fixtures. There's these small sort of like pucks on different places. Like there's just these little like gray pucks on like there's one here, there's one there, and they only really catch your eye because one of them, when you look up at it, sprouts 8 legs, shimmies a little bit, and then sticks itself back in place and then beeps.
Neat.
Yeah, so there's these sort of weird droney things possibly hanging around. But you guys are led along the right wall, and you get to the bottom of the staircase and you turn left and start walking away from the staircase. And at the end, so when you turn and look, there's like this little cubby room that they have set up with Misfit. You would notice that Spider is sitting there. She kind of has her legs crossed and is looking at something else. And Tarantula sort of... yeah. Your cat is insane.
I get you, moth. I get you.
Hey, I also do not like moths, so it's okay.
Please clip that and send that
Oh,
to me.
That was super awesome.
Your cat is doing God's work.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Good job, kitty.
Etsy, are you okay? Oh my God. I'm sorry, continue.
Cats, man.
Oh.
Yeah, so you guys are walking and you notice Spider is sitting on a sort of like a one-person chair with someone else next to her. And there's a few of these people that have like sort of like VR goggles that you've seen Mars use. So Mars, you know exactly what they're they're doing something else.
Goggles.
Yeah. And she's working on something, but here's people walking up and like moves hers up and looks at Tarantula, who's kind of like covering you guys with how big he is right now. And he's like, "You got visitors." And like moves out of the way, and you three are there. And then you see her like squint and then like notice and like cock her head. And she's like, "Okay, that's
Hi.
weird. Who are you?"
My name is Mars.
Mirth.
This is my associate. And you know her.
Yeah, we've been acquainted.
Yeah. So, before this gets really awkward, we had a couple of questions for you before we turn her in, you know, kind of like a quid pro quo kind of thing, and then we can just get out of your hair.
A quid pro quo sort of thing.
Yeah, that means I give you something and you give me something back.
Okay, so you're gonna walk in here and you're going to offer me Misfit and
Mars
think that I'm
does
gonna
a-
want something for her?
Mars does like a smart-assy kind of like look to the side, look to the other side. Yeah.
She kind of like makes a face and like kind of like purses her lips, like covered in like black lipstick, and she like looks to the side at the other guy in virtual reality who was looking at something else, but like looks at her. He has the goggles still on, but he like looks in her direction and he's like, then she's like, "Okay, pray tell, what is it that you want?"
We heard that you were involved in a
Allegedly.
and we make no judgment, but anyway, we are looking for any information we can find about some human cargo that passed through Night City last year.
I'm sorry, what? human cargo, like...
Yes, there was a and Mirth is kind of like off, like he thought this was like a he sort of looks uncertainly at Mars and says, yes.
How long ago is this? This was like when Vance disappeared. This was like a few years ago.
Yeah,
right?
this was
Last year.
Well, it was
Last
last year. Yeah.
Last
yeah,
year.
yeah. It was yeah, a year and some months ago was when all of this hit the news.
Yes, well, I'm sure that you've read the scream sheets at very least. And I was led to believe that you have more information about the situation involving Mr. Burke?
Doesn't ring a bell.
Human trafficking?
Can I check to see if she's lying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do I do that?
Human perception.
Human perception. That's empathy, yeah?
Yep.
Yes.
I don't do very well at that.
11.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I also?
Yeah, you are all able to do
Fine.
human perception if you'd like.
Sorry, I shouldn't be saying.
I'm going to be spending one of my rerolls.
All right.
14.
Oh, tab.
Yep. Yeah, I don't like that my crit success is in public.
Yeah, it is,
but
yeah.
That sucks.
Oh, good.
Oh, I think I gave you some GM only ones, but we'll talk later.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
we'll talk later.
Yeah, so you're sensing like you get the kind of vibe that when you're asked, like, she's just sort of, she was annoyed of your existence the moment you stepped in front of her, and her expression doesn't seem to have changed, but it's one of those things like you know, just because they say no doesn't inherently mean no. These are gangers, but you don't get an immediate thing of like, oh, she's absolutely guilty when you look at her.
Right, okay. So I'm still not sure. I'm feeling uncertain. I think too that Mirth, you know, he obviously understands she could be faking something, but he has a lot of difficulty with when people aren't like straightforward.
Yeah.
So he's a little bit baffled about what the next step would be.
No, you first, please.
Hey, Ivy, what was that thing that you were hired by Spider to do? Maybe that'll jog the memory a little bit.
She knows, she's just not fucking telling. Human trafficking? Some sort of company? What was his name? I don't know. I said no to it because it's fucking bullshit, and she should have known that it was bad business.
The only sort of bad business I'm aware of are dead-end bands who don't know how to get out of a city they don't belong in.
Damn right.
Yeah. So here's the thing. You've walked into Arachnid territory, and we don't exactly like you here. Thank you for bringing her. That's fun. I'm not sure what you get out of it, and why she's complying even though you have her hostage. So that's kind of fun.
Okay, I want to kind of, are we in like a separate room, separate from the rest of the crew, or is this sort of like an open area?
You have Tarantula next to you, and there's the dude in the VR, and then there's Spider, and then you kind of walked down like a makeshift corridor. Again, these are all just sort of like walls that have been placed up. So technically you are, but you can hear like people talking through the wall and everything because they have no ceiling, and it's just sort of like, it's a public space that they basically have walls to keep a little private. But yeah, you're in eyeshot. You're in a different room than them. Yes.
Can I?
But they would definitely, if something went down, people would likely hear it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can I make a persuasion or persuasion? And
you can try.
Yeah, I'd like to. And when she says like, "Oh, I don't know why you're complying," type of thing, Misfit just goes, "Life or death? Do you think I'm the only one that's alive in my band anymore? No, of course not." Trying to hint that these guys did something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'll use persuasion. And I'll look cool while doing it.
Heck yeah, dude.
Reroll it.
Are you comfortable with
not being cool?
Well, hold on. So that's 17
Yeah.
What
But
happens
it's
when
gonna
you subtract? What happens when you subtract? Do the subtraction of the D10 before you make any decisions, because it could only take off one.
Of the D10?
Yeah. So when you roll a crit fail, you then do the crit fail thing where you do 17 minus D10. So yeah.
It'd be 7?
No. D10. You roll a D10, and then the number you get on the D10 you subtract from 17.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you have it. There is the possibility you'll roll 1 and it'll be 16 instead of 17. But there should be a macro for just crit failure, and then you type in 17.
First roll 17. All right. 11.
Okay, 11. So are you comfortable with this level of success?
I'd like to reroll.
Okay.
18.
Okay.
Better than
I mean,
11.
hey,
It's
yeah,
better,
not a
not
crit
a
fail.
fail.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you like mention it, and she kind of like raises her eyebrows and like looks at the other two, and then looks at Mirth, and is like, "Did you put a bullet in dear old Ted and Bill?"
Actually, it was Lola first. She's very annoying.
Oh my God, she's so annoying. And the guy next to
Right?
is like, yeah, real fucking annoying.
The vegan shit really got to me.
Well, that's just a lifestyle choice, but she's a dick
Yeah, I
about
really
it.
respect
That's the
veganism.
thing. Like you know, I'm
Yeah.
cool if you don't want, but just chill.
Right.
You know, I'm a
Yeah.
vegetarian too, but I don't go around yet anyway.
Right, yeah. Tarantula's doing this keto thing. That's really
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
neat. Tarantula's like, yeah,
What do you lift, bro?
a lot.
Yeah, that's what I figured. I don't
What?
think. Yeah, you could probably lift me, and her, and her.
Yeah. I'm sorry, it's, yeah.
Yeah. Respect. Anyway,
Does keto work?
All right.
How is
What's
that
that?
working out for you? How is keto working out for you?
It's an adjustment.
Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about trying it so I can fit into a dress, but anyway, that's beside the
Yeah.
point. So, yeah.
look,
How do you look? What is your reaction to them saying this, misfit? Like,
Joking about a
joking about
possible
murdering? Yeah,
member.
yeah.
She looks pissed and a little bit sad at the same
Yeah.
time.
A little bit
She's trying to
Yeah.
actually, play up it.
Because when Spider's talking to these two, she looks mostly at you.
Yeah.
And then is like, when she's talking about keto and everything, she's like, okay. So, wow, when did this happen? They just played yesterday.
yeah,
And
that'll
it's
be their
their
last
final
show.
night. Yeah. Nice. See, we're like this. We're a really well-oiled duo. So we just like finish each other's sentences, finish each other's gunshots. It's really cool.
Look, Spider, if we're wasting your time and a misfit led us to believe something that was false, then we would just leave. We have no business with you if you have nothing to tell us.
So you're gonna give us Misfit?
No, you're we were again hoping for some quid pro quo.
If you have nothing for us, we will take her and go.
But we are, of course, willing to work potentially with you. I'm sure maybe you have something that we could be useful for. I see you've got some really cool setups. Is that Kendashi that you're wearing? Pointing to like her
Yes, it is.
cyber deck and stuff. Yeah.
She like
Just
looks
saying.
at Tarantula and then back at you. Okay, so you want information on, what was it again? Human cargo?
The specific incident of human trafficking that involved Lyle Burke last year.
Or Vance Miller.
Allegedly.
Now, Lyle Burke, I've heard. The other name, I doesn't ring a bell to me.
Well, if you weren't following it closely, you may not have read about him, but he was an accessory.
Well, honestly, it sounds like you may know more about it than I do.
Yeah, not enough.
All right, then I suppose that means we're done here?
No. I believe that some answers you may be looking for might be around here, but I don't know if I exactly trust you. I mean, like, I gotta give you props for gunning down Toxic Rage. What a shitty band name, by the way. Ugh.
It is a little on the nose, yes.
You didn't kill Phil, did you?
Which one was Phil?
Phil's the one that's like really mousy, and I think you did accounting.
I didn't even see that guy.
Good.
He's really
Awesome.
easy to miss.
Yeah. Yeah, Phil's kind of cute. He was my replacement.
Huh.
Yeah, I played the keyboard.
Bitchin'.
No, it's okay. I'm very self-aware about the instrument, but you know, if it weren't for little Misfit here, then I may not be doing so well over here. So, whatever. Also, apparently, might have had a gun pointed at me, firing a bullet in my brain. So, glad to not be doing that, huh, Ivy?
Ivy doesn't.
Now,
she just.
You want to know about this human trafficking business? I can't really, you know, give you what you're really looking for here. I don't think without me securing the offering you've brought. And I think, you know, it's fair to ask that we are able to bring her somewhere else while you and I have a little chit chat.
How can we guarantee that you're going to give us the information we want?
How can I guarantee you that you're not going to take her and run?
Have you seen what's behind us right now?
Sure. Bullets are
Yeah.
expensive, though.
Still, don't think we can really get away anyway. And you took all of our guns.
Make a persuasion. Both of you do a persuasion.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Damn, I am not rolling well tonight.
15. Do you want to
That's
use a
okay.
reroll? Just do
yeah,
it.
I do.
Just
We have
do
2
it.
left, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, here we go.
we're almost at the end of the game too. I think so. For tonight.
13. Oh my gosh.
Are you well,
Mars.
okay. Mars, are you comfortable with 15 and 13?
It's remarkably average, yes.
Yep, pretty damn average.
You know what? Okay. I was gonna set this as a difficulty value, but I think it'd be more interesting if I do this instead.
What's he doing? What's he doing?
What's he doing instead?
We're all dead.
GM fuckery.
Yeah, she kind of shakes her head and she's like, look, you're on my turf. And I just don't feel very comfortable giving you information with the knowledge that you might do something, especially because we didn't take your cyber deck, I'm assuming. So if we can just take her to a secondary location within the building, don't worry. But I'd like to secure your cargo before I talk about mine.
Oh God, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, Tarantula is just absentmindedly like.
Oh God. I don't have any things. I don't have like a. I always have a thing. I feel like we're so stuck.
Also,
Off you go.
it's also, I mean, you guys would kind of know this, and even Ted said it in the truck, or in the van. If we need anything from them, they can help. Which could be a good escape plan if they're willing to get, well, me out.
Do you have like a panic button?
No, but I mean, you do have your agents on you, right? They didn't take those, did they?
No.
I'm sure you could just, I don't know, flip your phone, text it behind your back, and be like, hey.
Yeah, and you can get out of the handcuffs, and you do have your slice and dices. So, exactly. I mean, so there's a possibility of escape.
I guess,
and plus, we're going to turn around and get you, probably.
I think too, we would have discussed this contingency. Can we do a flashback to that conversation? Because I just don't want to do anything to Paige's character that she wouldn't agree to.
By the way, we got a reroll like an hour ago that I didn't count. So thank you, Nick Morgan.
Woo. Thank you. So we have 2 left then?
We have 2.
Okay. So yeah, on the way there, Mirth will say, Misfit, there's a chance that they're going to take you into custody. Is that okay with you? Are we can get you out right away if they don't have what we need.
I've been banged up before. It won't be the first time. I don't want to be in custody, especially with them, but, you know, as long as we can get in and get out, and you can get me out. There's also... my band is known for their riots after playing. If you need anything from my team, let them know. If things do hit the fan, they can also hit that fan with fire. And, you know, flipping cars. They could easily tell all of our fans that we're playing tonight and or having a rioting party because some corporation fascists are in the area. We would have more than just my group.
Quick flash forward to Mirth and Mars looking at each other like, well, that's fucked. Flashback.
And Mirth clips the handcuffs on and puts his hands on her shoulders and sort of crouches down to eye level and looks her directly in the eye and says, I will not leave you behind. Even if we have to bluff our way through for a moment, I'm not going to leave you behind. We will get you out, okay?
Okay.
Whether through your band or ourselves.
Thank you.
And he's like super duper, like almost too intense, like.
Yeah. It was just kind of like, I feel like you've been through this before and you lost somebody, but I'm not going to bring up past scars. Let's go. Like.
All right.
Flash forward. Misfit's gonna be.
Spider's like.
Yeah. We're all just like.
We're all like. Meaningful glance. Yeah.
She's,
so I think
she's gonna be in character, and her mascara starts running as she starts crying.
You do I guess it would be a cool. Would it be a cool to like do like a perform? Well, actually, do you have a specific performance skill?
I have play instrument. Evasion, perception, local expert, evasion. No, the only like performance skill I have is play instrument. It would definitely be persuasion that I would be.
The only things that we have are bribery, which I guess we maybe could have used. Handing over Misfit. Conversation, which is extract info through careful conversation, which we also could have maybe used, and persuasion to convince, persuade, or influence.
That's what we're doing, technically.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
But yeah, I'll roll persuasion.
23. Conversation skill.
Okay. Yeah, Spider like looks at these two and then like looks over to Misfit and goes, "Oh my god, she's fucking crying."
Oh my god. I think probably like Misfit's very distracted and the others are all kind of looking at her,
Misfit's
but Mars would see that Mirth's face kind of like twitches, like this is making him intensely uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But he keeps his cool mostly.
All right. Well, are you gonna give us the blubbering mess so we can talk shop or what?
Yep, that works for us.
All right.
Go for it.
Hey, and she like slaps the goggles of the one next to her, and she's like, "House, take her to the place, huh?" And then he like pulls up his goggles. And he's like, yeah. And he's like, 1 sec, and he like walks past you guys and goes around the corner, and there's just sort of like an awkward staring silence. She's like, he'll be just a sec, and he comes back, and he like Misfit, you feel a hand on your shoulder as a bag is put over your head, and you're being led away. And if either of you try and look back, Tarantula like steps behind you and says, "Eyes forward," as she's being led away. Yeah, you're kind of bumping into walls, Misfit, as you're making your way down the corridor. And Spider sort of like shifts and like switches which leg she's resting and says, "Okay, let's talk about Lyle Burke." And that's where we'll end the session for tonight.
Trav!
Nice. Nice. Nicely done. Oh,
Man.
that was good. That was good.
You guys are in some
That was tense.
deep cobwebs.
I've got a
Love
plan. I've got a plan. Poor Misfit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I can't see it.
She's tough. She can handle herself.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
This
We'll make it
yeah.
work.
This is interesting. This is I'm excited to see how this goes. Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
man.
great.
This was
You guys-
that's
Good
Yeah.
work, Trav.
That was fun.
Thank
Good work,
you.
everybody.
Yeah, nice
Good
job,
work,
Trav.
good work, all of you guys. It's real difficult trying to, keep on the mechanics of a new system.
Oh yeah.
And everybody, I think, we're gonna have to remind ourselves a few times, but
Yeah.
I think you guys did very good, and I am glad that your characters are very, very interesting and personable, and I like just watching them. I like that. I always forget that I don't have to be constantly doing something as the GM, and I find like I could just be like, I'll just shut the fuck up and you guys are gonna play the game, and then I'm like, cool, it's like playing itself, and then sometimes I have to answer questions.
Aren't those
It's
like the best
glorious.
moments
Yeah.
too?
Yeah.
You like sit back
absolutely.
for like 15 minutes and you're like,
Yeah.
yeah. You
I was-
weave that. Oh, that's a good idea. I'm writing that one
Yeah.
down.
Yes, that was totally what I was planning.
Absolutely.
That's a way better idea than what I had planned.
Chat, I want to thank you guys for the suggestions that you threw out, and all of the tips, and just being lovely. The rerolls definitely helped in some places, and then some places did not.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting. It makes for some really good story, and I really like the way we've gotten that. Yes, thank you guys and thank you. Special shout out to Eric and Marissa, who made the two people in the diner from Pulp Fiction. that was very good. That was one of the things where like I love shit like that, because that if audience hadn't been doing it, just wouldn't have happened. They would just walked out of the diner, and it was very, very good. So thank you guys for hanging out. We always love you. We love hanging out, and we love doing all this stuff. But people have stuff to share, so I'll go ahead and start with Paige.
Hi, I'm gonna be try to be professional. Hello, My name's Paige. I am a person of interest. Maybe I'm a person. I'm an artist. I do things. Unlike this every other Monday. And on Saturdays, I do Shattered Isles here at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check me out next week. Literally this week, coming up, this Saturday coming up, is going to be our next game. So you should check out that. I play a wizard, but in real life, I am an artist. I draw things. Tomorrow is October 1st. I'm doing Inktober. You can find me all here on my lovely links on Instagram, Twitter, and Discord. And the number one thing that I like to plug, because I'm that type of person, Patreon. You can support me on Patreon and be like, hey, I don't want to
Patreon.
Yeah. You can be like, hey, I don't want to fucking pay $20. That's the cheapest thing for my artwork, by the way. I don't want to pay fucking $20 to support her with her artwork. Sorry, I'm all spitty for talking about this. You can fucking like pay $1 or something like that every month, and then you can get exclusive back scenes look on all my shit. For example, if the 3 people who are my Patreons, I love you very much, and I know who you are. Thank you. They've been seeing all my Inktober stuff that I've been doing to plan for Inktober for this month. I'm gonna shut up because I can just go on and on
photos,
about
hopefully.
Yeah, cat pictures, yeah.
Yeah,
moths.
also, yeah, pretty much. Cats and moths. I don't know where she is, but she's somewhere. But that's me.
On the prowl.
On the
All right.
Or sleeping.
Scrim.
Thanks,
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I'm back again in 2 weeks doing this. But the other thing I got to do yesterday was GM Guardian Allies for Optiverse right here on the Shadowcasters Network. And it was hella fun. I got to jump back into World War II, where Jules schooled me in her knowledge. I apparently now apparently people think I know stuff about World War II, but I guess I fucking don't, because she was like, well, what the blah 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 blah, and I was like,
some people.
What?
She was like, I studied it for fun. Here's everything.
Yeah.
And then Palmer was like sending me all this stuff, and he's like, oh, this appeared on my news feed because I Googled World War II so much. So I'm GMing a game that I've never played with 5 extremely seasoned role players and who know more about both the time period and the game system than me. And so if that sounds like me crashing and burning appeals to you, then you should come on down.
Hey, man.
2 weeks from now, October 13th.
I've never played Cyberpunk Red, and I'm DMing it, and you guys talk about how I'm doing all right. So I think
you're really good.
You who has GM'd way more than me, I think you'll be just fine.
So October 13th again at 9:30 Eastern. We will, it'll be awesome.
Do it.
Come join us for Guardian
Highly
Allies.
recommend.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Oz.
Hi, I'm Oz. I was the game master of Join the Anarchy, the show prior to this, but now that took its season finale, we are here. Actually, you know what? I'm really chilling. I am also the GM of The Sprawl, which is another Cyberpunk tabletop RPG here on the Shadowcasters Network. We're supposed to have one more episode coming up, but we haven't been able to schedule it yet. So right now, I'm just kind of on standby. And just doing this show and helping other shows on the network as Twitch lead content person. And yeah. Other thing that I thought was neat is that I want to give a shout out to my D&D group. I think some of them might be in chat, my real life tabletop RPG group. We're gonna have our season finale session as well, so that's gonna be off my plate. But it's gonna be like a big deal session. I'm super planning for it, and I'm gonna have 9 people at my table. I don't know how I'm gonna handle this.
Oh boy!
I don't know how I'm gonna handle it. I don't know how I'm gonna handle it.
how long has that campaign been going?
1 year, actually. On the 13th, which I didn't realize that we were doing Guardian, but on the 13th, I'm going to be playing our 1 year anniversary, like to the date that campaign started.
Hell yeah!
Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I'm also the voice of Ziggy the Troll on Radio Free Detroit, which is
Up for an Audioverse award.
Audioverse award. Yeah.
Hell
Nice.
yeah, dude.
Nice. Yeah, so yeah, and yeah, just lots of random fun stuff that I do. I'm looking into, I'm always looking for new RPGs to play here on the network, and yeah, that's me.
Heck yeah, dude. And I'm Trav, the GM for this series. You can catch me on Twitter, YouTube, Steam, sure, but also Twitch and Instagram. On Twitter, it's TraviTravVA, and then on everything else, it's Mr. TraviTrav or some form of TraviTrav. You'll figure it out. You're great. And I make content on the internet sometimes, kind of lazy recently, but it's okay. I might be live after this, maybe, playing Star Wars with my girlfriend. So that'd be cool. If I do that, then feel free to come hang out. But other than that, the things I'm working on, basically the one thing I'm working on right now is an awesome audio drama called Cybernautica, which is also up for an Audioverse award. You can check that out at cybernauticapod.com or twitter.com/cybernauticapod. It is an awesome audio drama with a fantastic cast, mostly. And it was a slight at me, not anyone else, just so you know. If you haven't been around, self-deprecation's my shtick.
That was the day Travis was fired.
Yeet. But it's also going to be adapted into a tabletop game. At some time.
Nice.
So that's
Very
that was kind of
exciting.
the
Oh, I didn't
plan
know that.
before
I
I
didn't
started.
know
That's that's something that Oz is working on is the tabletop version of Cybernautica. But you can hear me
Awesome.
as a very pretentious, annoying butthole named Evan.
I love
And
Evan.
I actually just finished up some recordings for the next episode, which should be dropping sometime soon. So that'll be cool. Shit's getting spooky, so you should check that out definitely. And then if you like stupid memes and just video games, then you should totally check out my YouTube and Twitch. Other than that, that's about all I got. Thank you guys for watching and hanging out. Just so you know, I know last episode I said that this would be a 7-episode arc. Some plans to go to Australia have come up. So I'll get to go hang out. But so I don't have anything solid yet. I will let all of you know when we do, because that may or may not cut off one of the episodes. If that's an if scenario, I think like worst case scenario that would happen, but more than likely I'll just do the last episode in Australia. So I may be in a different setup as I was, which would also mean that when we start up Join the Anarchy next year, I will be in Australia for the good first 6 months of Join the Anarchy.
You've
So
done it
be ready for
before.
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's good.
That's awesome.
But
Like
that's
season
about
one again. Except
yeah. That's all I got.
Before we head out, I did want to, because we didn't get a chance to do it last time, and we really should. We need to thank R Talsorian Games for
Yes.
being
Yeah.
a
Yes.
super helpful on our side
Absolutely.
game company. They're the designers of Cyberpunk Red and the original Cyberpunk 2020 system that 2077 is based off of. They've been incredibly helpful. Check them out. We have links actually in our doobly-doos down here on.
Boom.
If you're watching either on Twitch or YouTube, you can go ahead and go to their store, talsorianstore.com. So go and check this out. The Jumpstart
Yes.
Kit, I believe, is available. Yeah, the Cyberpunk Kit is Jumpstart Kit is available on Drive-Thru-RPG for a relatively cheap price.
Hell
so
yeah.
you too can play Cyberpunk. And the last thing is totally not related, but sort of related. one of our biggest contributors to the network is Bobby Frankenberger. He is on a show called America's Next Top Podcaster right now. So he is competing against like 12 other it's like a 12 podcaster challenge, and they're doing like a reality show style competition about podcasting, and he's killing it right now, so you totally need to like follow it. I was listening to the first episodes and I'm like, oh yeah, no, total rock star. So yeah, go support, cheer him on, show him all the support, and especially on social media, so that at Podcasting Idol can see how beloved he is. So yeah.
Absolutely. Love Bobby. Guys,
great.
Fabulous, a fabulous
so
human
good.
being.
We were even saying before this that we're keeping him.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a special announcement. We've decided to keep Bobby.
Yep.
Bobby will be staying for the indefinite future. Don't worry.
Maybe his channel, his show, but he's staying.
Yeah. We'll allow it.
We'll allow it.
All right. And with that, thank you all for hanging out, and we will see you in 2 weeks for the next episode of Punk's Not Dead. Have a good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.